theoretically, we should be all right. I think we're fine. Mic's good. Mic check. Yep, mic does things. I can definitely see that on the little side here. Let's see. Does my laptop work for IEM bot? Yes, it sure does. Nice. Desktop audio. Does it work? I don't know. All right. Well, welcome to Dawn of the Dead. Day 1 of multi-day severe, severe event. Fun times, huh? Yo, dog, what's up? SMG13. You were so close to being first. But that's okay. There's always next time. First you subbed? Yeah, Griffin's Door. Thank you for doing that. I don't really self-promote in the beginning of the stream as much as I used to, but you know what? We might as well. To all the people who are new, first off, I want to say, go ahead and hit that sub button. It's pretty nice. It'd be nice if you guys did that. If there's anyone who's being impacted by these future events, whether I'm talking about today, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday's the big day. Saturday's the day that I've been preaching for practically a week and a half now. And a little bit of Sunday, and then a bit of Monday. So, it's one of those things where it is what it is. It's doing its own thing, boys. Let's see. Stream is working. Very good, Colin. Very good. Are you subbed to Tennessee Valley Weather? No, but I will definitely check them out as soon as the stream is over. You missed 2 streams and was at cottage. Seems legit. So yeah. Welcome to the stream, everyone. We're going to be talking about the weather event for tonight. There is a 5% chance for tornadoes, but even then, I don't believe that it's going to be doing a whole lot. It'll be just like a small window for activity, but other than that, it really just won't do as much. Wind, 30% chance for winds going above 58 miles per hour, and then hail is hatched, 30% hatched, so, yep, my webcam is delayed. Beautiful. Real memento. Is that better? I was trying to fix stuff earlier, but it didn't do it, so I was like, oh well. Let's see. Will the storm Saturday be in Georgia? There's a couple opportunities of it possibly being there. So, I mean, it's doing its own thing. By the way, if you hear the kind of ding in the background, that's IEM bot working, so that'll give me live reports just coming in, heading into the National Weather Service and the Storm Prediction Center, so I'll be keeping you guys up to date quite frequently. Hey, Hagamina, you're really amazing. I'm happy you're in the East Coast where I am, waiting for Saturday big time too. Yeah, Saturday is the day. David is streaming, have more viewers than Nate or Steelers viewers. I don't know. Typically, people like to stream prior to me doing it, but oh well. I don't know. Doesn't matter. You guys choose you guys pick your poison, all right? Because that's if you like his content, I'm not stopping you from going to his side. If you like my content, you're welcome to stay. You guys have a whale of a time here, I will say that. We're a bit more engaging in our audience here, so we do whatever. And if you guys want to, just hang around, then it is what it is. So, yeah, 5% chance. I don't feel like this 5% is really going to do a lot, though, in my opinion. It'll do some things, but it won't be a lot. Wind, as I said, 30% chance of face cam is big delayed. Of course it is. Okay, should fix it. I think. Maybe. New severe thunderstorm warning for Garza and Lynn, Texas. That's going to be in effect until 6:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. When it comes to the risks there, I do not know exactly how much, but you see how useful this is now? Stuff keeps just churning and churning and churning. I get live data for you all, so there's that. I'm probably gonna make a program to where it takes a bunch of IEM bot stuff, and then I put in specifically for the days, and then it shows up in like a list of like a bunch of stuff. And I'll have that with my new computer coming out, so that I'll be able to give you all bunch of live analysis and stuff like that. So it is what it is. Let's see. It says Union, South Carolina won't storm. For right now, Union, South Carolina won't do it. Mic working, very good. Nate, is Saturday going to be like a supercell day? What cause? I've seen some PDS soundings for tomorrow and Saturday. Saturday's going to be a PDS, like just supercell shenanigans day. It's absolutely mental, I will say. You know, all the stuff across the board is just doing all sorts of stuff. So, let's see. Severe thunderstorm warning for Custer, and that's going to be in effect until 4:45 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So there's that. Let's see. There's still that severe thunderstorm warning in Campbell County in Wyoming for 4:45 until just until 4:45 Mountain Daylight. So yeah, there's all of that going on there. Bunch of significant weather advisories, but we don't really talk about those all that much. So yeah, I guess it is what it is. So it is what it is. Could the Mid-Atlantic see tornadoes? Nope. In my opinion, probably not. So it'll just be doing its own thing. Day 2. Let's talk about day 2 before we get into the big stuff, because I have not seen any tornado warnings in the IEM bot whatsoever. So it'll be doing its own thing. Day 2. Obviously, marginal risks across the East Coast a bit localized due to the fact that there's an upper level low that just sits here, and that's kind of the reason why boundary after boundary just kind of surges on through, and it's just basically been producing severe weather event after severe weather event from now until probably Monday. So it's just going to be quite repetitive for some time. You guys are just really going to have to deal with it. But I will say, massive flooding risk for anyone in between these lines. Specifically, Kansas, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Texas. Around those areas, probably a big flooding risk. It's going to be really saturated for the next 5 days. So keep in mind as we continue to talk, and you guys will see how repetitive these rain showers are going to be. But day 2 shows, by the way, this is tomorrow, Thursday. Slight risk for the northern panhandle of Texas into Oklahoma, southwestern parts of Kansas, and a little bit of Colorado. That will eventually go out into parts of south central Kansas and north central Oklahoma, and turn into like this kind of QLCS, bow echo crap. 2% chance of tornadoes. Not sure if I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. It doesn't seem like anything's really going to be popping off, to be honest. And then the marginal risk for Friday, just really some hodgepodge that's going to be happening. I think this could be increased into a slight risk, in my honest opinion. So, doing all those things. We've got a report of a 68 mile per hour wind gust. Oh boy. Ryan Schiller, thank you for the subscription. I really do appreciate it. We do have a report of a 68 mile an hour wind gust at the Skyline Mesonet site in Wyoming. So that's in Carbon County. This was apparently a non-thunderstorm wind gust, but it is there. So there's definitely some sort of activity around in Wyoming, as the 30% wind risk has shown from the Storm Prediction Center. So as I said, marginal risk. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a 5% chance around the Tulsa area, mainly because there's one of those things where it could be doing its own thing. We'll have to keep an eye on it, but Thursday and Friday aren't the days to be watching, in my opinion. The day to be watching is Saturday. I have been saying this for as long as I can remember, mid part of last week, and my chat can support me. I have said that the 23rd, that event from the afternoon to the overnight hours, is going to be really interesting. And lo and behold, the Storm Prediction Center has issued a 15% chance over Nebraska and even into parts of South Dakota. So that's really interesting. New severe thunderstorm warning for, let's see, Castro, Hale, Lamb, and Swisher counties in Texas. That'll be in effect until 6:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. I'm assuming hail will be the main risk in there, and it does say there will be some risk for quarter-size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts. So people in those counties need to go ahead and take their precautions, get inside. and whatnot. You're a Georgia guy. We've been getting rain every day. Yeah, this deep south right now is getting absolutely hammered. And luckily for some time after the low comes out, it does seem as if you guys get a break. So if you guys can like last for a bit more, you guys shall be fine. Just looked at the GFS showing 7,000 joules per kilogram. Cape, 0 cap on Saturday. I think we might see a couple strong violent tornadoes. What do I think? Do I think I could see multiple? Saturday, I'm saying, is going to be the big day. I promise you guys, I've literally said this for as long as I can remember. Saturday is going to be the day that we see a typical May outbreak. It won't be a big one. You know, it's a classic May severe weather event. You know, it's not going to be anything historic. It's not going to be like Easter, but it's going to be one of those classic, you know, the classic May days. So, you know, it's one of those things where we got to continue to keep an eye on it because it is 3 days out. But it's, you know, when the Storm Prediction Center issues a 15% chance of storms 4 days out, there's a good chance that something is going to be happening. So yeah, that's one of those things where you guys need to take care of that. Let's see. Severe thunderstorm warning for Campbell County in Wyoming has now expired. However, you guys could still get some sort. I'm not sure actually where Campbell County is when it regarding to the actual proximity of the storms. But you guys, oh, so you're down there. So you guys could still get some gusty winds, maybe some spotty hail, some rain, stuff along the sort. But you guys are out of the severe thunderstorm warning according to IEM bot. So it is canceled. Well, I'll let you guys know that. Team Amazing 1, thank you for the subscription. I really do appreciate it. You see, IEM bot let me know before GR2 let me know. So that's really interesting. We just got a report of a 50-mile-per-hour wind gust. We've got an outflow boundary starting to get ahead of the storm in Rosette, which is in Campbell County. So that's telling me that this is now starting to surge into a bit more of a gusty wind threat. You can actually see the gusty winds right here on the road, the Interstate I-90 here, just to the west of Moorcroft. So it's one of those things where this is starting to turn into a wind threat, and the reason why there isn't really as much of a tornado threat is mainly because if I show you guys on the models, the actual winds here, we'll go to 500 millibar winds, and we'll show you. Actually, you know what? We'll go to just the regular precip, and I'll show you guys what it's actually going to be looking like. So you can kind of see. Actually, I want to change to North Central. North Central is fine. We're getting so many reports now. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning for Custer, Montana. That's going to be in effect until 5:30 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So keep an eye on that. There's also been reports of pea-sized hail in Golden Valley, Montana, as well as pea-sized hail in Whitland County. So just multiple hails now starting to kind of accumulate. Nothing's really organizing at the moment, but it'll eventually do so as the night continues to move on. So yeah, let's go ahead and continue show you guys why this is going to be mainly a gusty wind threat. And it's mainly because of what's happening down here. The red, if I were to zoom in a bit on the crossover wind patterns, you can see how the shear first off down here at surface to 1 kilometer is absolutely garbage. All right, we'll say that. The surface to 3 kilometer is okay, around 30 knots. So it's relatively quick, it's relatively fast, it's doing its own thing. But let's take a look at the crossover. The reds is the surface, the blues is the the red is the 1 kilometer, the blue is the 6 kilometer. They aren't really that far apart, you know, and if you can kind of see what I mean, take a look at the Hodder graph too. The Hodder graph, this measures the parcel, well, it's not really measuring, but it tells you the parcel path going up into the atmosphere. So if you were to imagine you're in some sort of satellite and you're looking straight down at the actual ground, you would see that the weather balloon would kind of travel a bit straight, and then it would curve a little bit, but then arc. So It's one of those things where it doesn't look favorable. Joshua Kaufman and Gaming, thank you for the subscription. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, so it doesn't really show the classic supercell characteristic that I will show you guys for Saturday. It's just more of a linear type line that continues to move all the way up and through. So it'll be more of a wind risk tonight. It'll be more of a hail risk due to the lapse rates. The lapse rates is just the differential. It basically measures updraft compatibility. So it's just like, it's going mental. Let's put it this way. Anything above 7 is, you know, a good chance that you're going to get some hail. Probably around an inch. Because the updrafts are strong enough to do that. Anything that, as you can see, starts to go up to 9.8, that's crazy. You know? That might be an abnormality within the actual sounding, but it's doing its own thing right within here. You can see 7.6, 8.6, 7.6. That's right around what I would expect to be the lapse rates. So you could see some large hail within that area. Let's see. I know looking at 2020, be surprises. Okay, yep. Saturday's going to be really interesting. Are we get a storm? Depending upon where you're at, you can start to see some storms. So, nothing from my live reports as of right now, but I do want to go ahead and take a look at this severe thunderstorm warning in Montana. This isn't a discrete cell, so I do want to take a look. And actually, while that loads, I want to take a look at this on satellite. I want to take a look. Yeah, so there's that discrete cell that got issued for a severe thunderstorm warning. You can kind of see satellite's going really slow. There it is. It just starts to explode right out in front of the actual anvil, the dispersing of the storm that's down to its south. So that's going to be really interesting. If something forms along there, that'll be something to watch out for. But as I said, this is the severe thunderstorm warning for Custer, as I said, and that's until, going until 5:30 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. And that'll be eventually heading out to the Miles City area. So people need to go ahead and take their precautions as the storm heads their general direction. One thing that I will say is that due to radars being relatively far away from these storms, it's going to be really hard for me to dictate as to the actual intensity of these storms relative to it being on ground level. We'll be able to see a lot of stuff in the upper levels of the storm, but nothing on the lower levels. So that's one thing to quickly note. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Weston County in Wyoming. That's going to be in effect until 5:45 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So if you live in that county, make sure that you guys go ahead and take your precautions. Just go ahead and head inside. You don't really want to deal with 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and some small hail. So there's the new severe thunderstorm warning. That's actually near the Rapid City radar. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. We'll be able to see as that continues to pass on through. Let's see. New significant weather advisory in Montana. That's not really too relevant in my opinion, so it's just doing its own thing. You're going to be back in 20 minutes? Okay, that's fine, Brady. Any supercell could be PDS. It just depends upon the environment. Saturday will be a bad environment. It'll be a good environment to develop supercells. So that's one thing that I will definitely keep in mind. Let's see. Okay, so that's just another significant weather advisory. We're fine here. Is it going to storm in Peoria, Illinois? I do not believe it's going to be storming in Peoria, Illinois, or at least to the extent of its counterparts in Kansas and Nebraska on Saturday. Let's quickly take a look at the severe thunderstorm warning that's been issued for Weston County in Wyoming. As I said, that will be in effect until 5:45 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. It has 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and nickel-sized sail. So if you live in those areas, especially as it gets closer to Newcastle and Hillview Heights and Osage, it'll be kind of just riding along State Route 450 area. There isn't really a lot of populace, as I can tell, but once it gets towards Newcastle, you guys might be experiencing some difficulties when it comes to the weather. Wait, can't you use radar scope on computer? Yes, I can, but I'd have to buy it for $40. So there's that. This thing could produce a tornado, but usually not the case. Yeah, I mean, typically along the QLCS they do, so it's doing its own thing. When will St. Louis get hit next? When it comes to just severe weather in general, I was seeing like Friday to Saturday, something like that, but I guess we'll figure that out as it continues to move along. So we'll find out. as I continue to look at the models. It's been really inconsistent, so I can't give you a precise date, but yeah, that's the best I can do. I do want to take a look. I said that Saturday was going to be really interesting, so let's just go in order from Thursday into Friday. So here's Thursday evening. You can kind of see cells now begin to develop. You can see the low pressure system that develop. Well, it's a lower pressure. It's not a low pressure system per se, but it starts to push on through. It starts to push on through the Texas Panhandle into Oklahoma and Kansas, as you saw with the Storm Prediction Center's slight risk. And then a line of storms start to form in Kansas, and that will eventually push on through. I think this could potentially be a 5% risk for tornadoes. You know, I'd have to do a bunch of stuff early in the morning to make sure that I'll be able to stream tomorrow. But I think this could be increased to 5% for tornadoes. It's not out of the realm for that, but the dew points are kind of lacking a bit. Lapse rates are as good as they are today, so it'll be kind of interesting. We'll have to see as that continues to move on through. As it continues to move on through, you can see that in the morning hours it starts to turn into this GLCS Boeing segment that pushes on through, and then it kind of fizzes out and forms a new line. You'll actually be able to see the line form in a bit, but this is Friday night. You can kind of see the line as I outlined before. Just some discrete cells that form every now and then. Nothing too big, but they do form. I will say, however, it does have the opportunity. The photographs are kind of nice, but it is like almost doing a complete U-turn. So I did say the Tulsa area and maybe even south of Tulsa could get something, but it's going to be interesting as we continue to look. Didn't know meteorologists covered dam breaches until yesterday. Yeah, meteorologists cover everything. But for now, we're covering anything that has to do with severe weather. Or at least I am. I'm not a meteorologist yet. I have to wait for 4 years to do that. So, how big is this supposed to be? For Thursday and Friday, not too big. For today, it's okay. It'll be gusty wind and hail risk, not really a lot of tornadoes. As a matter of fact, if I quickly put up the Storm Prediction Center's day 1 convective outlook, you can see there's only a small area for 5% chance of tornadoes. And if I take a look at the models, which I showed everyone else prior, there's not really much that fluctuates within that area to where they can get tornadoes. So I do believe that tornado risk is not as large as the 5% in that area says. But there is, you could see something around there. You could, potentially. It's Saturday that I'm warning everyone about, in which now we might as well get into Saturday because it's 6Z, and for Central Daylight Time, that's 1 o'clock in the morning. So let's go ahead and take a look. What everyone's kind of worried about is this kind of storm that forms in the middle of the day near Oklahoma and stuff like that. And it kind of forms this little cold pool that blocks off all the advection, but there's some stuff that forms in behind, and there isn't really a lot of clutter in Kansas, so that will kind of stir the pot a bit. You can see that storms don't form until later in the evening, and you can see when they do, Nebraska's in it, as the Storm Prediction Center has mentioned, and then eventually I wouldn't be surprised if that line continues to move down into parts of central Kansas as it moves throughout the night. So one of those things where we all need to continue to monitor the weather. I sure am going to be monitoring it because I've already monitored it for about a week and a half now. For this day specifically, as I've mentioned, people in the chat, I've said for about a week and a half, this event's going to be interesting. It's going to be a typical May event. All right, it's going to be a typical May event that we all should continue to monitor. Let's see. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning. This is for another one for Campbell County, and that's going to be in effect until 5:45 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. Same thing as prior, though. It's going to be 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and nickel-sized hail. So definitely you guys are going to want to go ahead and get into your safe space. Just get into shelter in general. We also have a flood advisory for Garza, Texas. That's going to be in effect until 6:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Because flood seems to be the hot topic as of late, we're going to start discussing those. Especially since flood's going to continue. The flood risk is going to continue all the way until parts of next week, like early parts of next week. So it's one of those things where it's going to be really interesting. So yeah, just continue to monitor that. What about Saturday in Nebraska where you're at? Yeah. Nebraska is going to be the day. It's going to be the area to watch. It's really going to be the area to watch. So Nebraska is going to be probably ground zero for Saturday. Just got here. Saturday is going to be very nasty. 15% hatch likely. If you're saying for tornadoes, that's a bit of a stretch in my opinion. But if the models start uptrending, then you could see that. I still hold tight to my my bold prediction of 10% chance tornadoes. It's definitely though at minimum 5% chance tornadoes. I do not doubt that in the world, especially since with the shear already being in place there, it'll definitely be something that we all need to go ahead and monitor that. Let's see. I'm going to take a look at Cheyenne here. We have reports of 62 mile per hour wind gusts in Carbon County, Wyoming. So that line that has been producing a bunch of severe thunderstorm warnings in Wyoming has consistently produced wind gusts in upwards of over 60 miles per hour. So if you live near that place over here called Newcastle, as well as Moorcroft, Pine Haven, even in Weston, New Haven, stuff like that, you guys are going to want to continue to monitor the weather, as there has been some constant severe thunderstorm warnings for those areas. Let's see, what is the timing for Saturday? Saturday, the timing will kind of be late in the evening. Right around 4 o'clock is when stuff should start to erupt in Nebraska. And then it'll be discrete cells for a bit, and they will eventually continue to move out into the evening. Very slow moving, I will say that. It's going to be really slow moving. But, the Cape isn't really as big as they said it was due to this kind of crap vection that blocks the advection from Oklahoma. So that's going to be really interesting. And I'll show you guys what I mean by that. So we'll see the Cape, the surface-based Cape, because this event is entirely surface-based, or it typically is. We're going to go ahead and take a look at what it's looking at. So you can kind of see how when stuff starts to form here, typically when stuff starts to form in the south, they tend to shift north. There's more stuff that tends to shift north. So you can see how the purple moves north. You can see how the red moves north. All right. So we got that. Let's continue to look in. This is Saturday in the morning. So this is like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, something like that. As this continues to move up north, you can see the storms that they were talking about earlier. I was talking about earlier with like the just the crap vection that forms and pushes on through. That's gonna block this advection from moving all this energy north, and that will kind of hinder this event a little bit, just a little bit. There's already still an opportunity for Kansas to start heating up, and that will eventually advect up towards Nebraska too. But that's kind of the reason why Kansas won't be as big of a deal as it is up to the north. Mainly just because of these storms forming out near Oklahoma. It'll be mainly, that. But as you can see, when the storms do move towards the east, ever so slightly, you can start to see everything starts to ramp up a bit. Kansas and Nebraska, you can see energy levels up to 3,865 joules per kilogram. That's, by the way, surface-based Cape, for anyone who completely forgot which level I'm looking at. And you can even see an upwards of 4,000. So as that continues to move on through and through, you can still see levels up to 3,000, even if the 5,000. The issue that I have here, this is the main question for Kansas, is will the dry line right here create thunderstorms that will just kind of be slow moving, but relatively robust and explosive. So I'm not completely counting out Kansas yet. I still think that there could be some, the line kind of pushes on through, and it'll kind of get to central Kansas. But I think South Central Kansas could actually get into the action, and maybe even southwestern parts of Kansas. They could see something in the morning on Sunday. So it's one of those things where I'm gonna continue to monitor the weather. I'm obviously gonna have updates on my live stream as that continues to move on through. But obviously, I don't have all the answers as to the intensity of Saturday right now. But Saturday is definitely going to be more impactful than tonight, tomorrow, which is Thursday, and Friday. I can guarantee that for everyone. Let's see. We have ASOS reporting a 57.5 mile an hour gust. That is in Buffalo, South Dakota. So South Dakota's now starting to get some stuff. Not precisely. I'm pretty sure that might be a non-thunderstorm wind gust. Might be out in front of the actual line. But definitely one of those things where it's going to get there. The line's eventually going to push on through, and we could start seeing some things and upwards. So, who knows? Oklahoma City is likely getting the hail and wind. Yeah, they probably are. I mean, when it comes to crap vection, it's not really going to see a lot, but it is what it is. So, it'll get there. You're a little late, but you're here. At least you're here, my friend. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that everyone is here, to be honest, you know. But I love communicating with you guys. Let's see. We got that. Okay. Making no sense. Anything and everything's doing all right. What about the eastern Missouri severe weather? So, there was a little bit that I saw for eastern Missouri, right around the St. Louis area. I'm still... Let's put it this way. It's not set in stone completely as to what all is happening there. But it's something interesting that I am watching. And you guys could get, obviously, some scattered storms throughout this entire event. When it comes to the specifics, you guys could possibly get something on Friday night into Saturday. It doesn't seem likely. But you could. You could potentially see something. Nothing too big, though. Missouri doesn't typically get something unless if it's the western half. So, but it is something. So, severe winter conditions will allow to expire. Yep, that makes sense. So, yeah, Kansas City, they might be able to get something. They might be able to get something. Depends upon whenever they're doing it. But Kansas City seems to be out of the risk for Thursday into Friday, and then they might be able to get the line of storms from Sunday into Saturday into Sunday. They might, but it's kind of iffy. So Kansas City might also be outside of the risk. It'll mainly be localized, possibly for southwestern parts of Missouri. That'll really be it. Nick Man, what's up? Welcome back. Brady Gleason, welcome back. Thank you guys for coming back out. I do want to say, to all the people who have actually came out to the stream, I do want to say I appreciate you all. KY, what's up? Welcome to the stream. It's nice to see you out here. Could we see a moderate 15% hatch tornado risk on Saturday based on right now? No, we will probably see 10% in Nebraska. 5 to 10%. 5 to 10% is my best guess for that stuff for just Saturday. Unless if the crap vection kind of filters out in Oklahoma, we are definitely going to be having our hands tied behind our backs, and it'll definitely just be at minimum an enhanced risk. What about Afone Twister? What? Question mark as to what that is, but you know what? We might as well take a look. Take a look at San Angelo. Got a hook on it now. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at San Angelo, because we don't really have a lot to do. We just have stuff to talk about. And it just so happens that San Angelo is really right next to our radar, so we might as well. We was shocked about the cyclone hit 5 on Monday. Yeah, I was going to stream Arthur making impacts on the. I was going to stream Arthur making impacts on the Outer Banks, but unfortunately my computer wouldn't start, so I had to factory reset that. And yeah, here I am. you can see how my tab is kind of cleared compared to past streams. If you go to the stream that I have set up for the people to look at on my what's his face on my channel, you can actually see that I've got a lot more tabs on the bottom. So I don't know what a F-phone twister is. I'm assuming that's F-phone A. Tornado? I don't know. Let's see. We've got a new IEM bot from Lubbock. So let's see. It's still a severe thunderstorm warning. This is for Castro, Hail, Lamb, and Swisher for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and inch-size hail. Do you think there will be a 5% chance of tomorrow? I think there possibly could be. There could definitely be something on there. Let's take a look at the San Angelo, though. It seems as if there is actually something around here. Nothing too interesting per se, but it'll definitely be a hail creator for parts of San Angelo, so I will say that. I might actually tell my friend who has family down there. He does love to take care of his people down there, so I will contact him. Just to let... There will be hail. I got a new notification. Oh, I got 2 of them. Let's see. Continuing the severe thunderstorm warning for Weston County in Wyoming. And it does seem as if, let's see, Billings is continuing the severe thunderstorm warning for Custer. So, there's that. What state is this? This is in Texas right here. Let's see. I know this isn't weather related, but I don't know why Xbox keeps freezing when I'm in a game. I don't know either. Xbox has been kind of going in and out with their stuffs. What about Michigan? I'm gonna assume that it's Michigan, USA. Michigan, they're gonna be seeing kind of in and out stuff. Right now they're dealing with a flood crisis. I will say that. Which I wish Godspeed to everyone who lives over there, and I hope that no one more gets impacted by these traumatic events. But I will say, it does seem as if you won't get some rain until Saturday evening into Sunday. So I will say that. Yeah, that'd be really interesting. Someone in my chat said you should stream on Twitch, and then when we could see my reaction on Mr. Beast gives me 10,000 bucks. He can still donate to me in live streaming. Yeah. I'm still live streaming. It's the same mechanics, but I'm allowed to fantasize. Is it going to storm in Peoria, Illinois? No, I do not believe it's going to storm in Peoria, Illinois until possibly early morning Saturday. Early morning Saturday into mid parts on Saturday. Definitely could do something there. So we have a severe weather event today. We kind of do. It's not really a big severe weather event, but it's a severe weather event. Did I see Cyclone Amphan rip? Okay, so that's what he meant by Amphan. Yeah, I did. I did see that. I did see Amphan just absolutely wreak havoc. You can see actually Amphan's now a tropical storm, but let's take a look at the mimic data. I do want to take a look at the intensity. We can take a look at it rapidly intensified, chat. This is the mimic data. This will tell you when it comes to the brightness and temperature of the actual upscaling of the storm and the intensity of the eye wall. So we'll take a look, and as it continues, you can kind of see how the thing absolutely goes mental for a bit, but it actually loses. It's not as much as defined as you'd think it would be. But it seems as if it kind of just died out as it moved closer towards the coast. But let's see, 140 knots, 145 knots, 145 knots. So what is that? 160 miles per hour, 170 miles per hour. Hold up. Knots to mph. It said what? 146, right? 145. So 145 knots translates to 166 miles per hour. So for some reason, there's a bunch of people on the internet that were saying that this was going to be There isn't really going to be... Well, there's a lot of media channels, as I said, that kind of overhyped this event and said it was going to be the worst cyclone ever recorded. Blasphemy. Absolute blasphemy. This wasn't worse than Dorian last year, so I don't know why they would make that a case, but you know what? It is what it is. Flooding is crazy everywhere. Less than 24 hours, you got 5.25 inches of rain. Crazy. Absolutely mental, that is. Let's see. Nate's favorite and best on YouTube. Thank you, Stu. I appreciate that. Is it going to rain in Williamson County, Tennessee? Let's quickly take a look. Well, we do have a little bit of downtime. Let's see. There's been reports of pea-sized hail in Yellowstone County, Montana. So there's that. Let's see. Yeah, that seems to be it for IEM bot. As I said, whenever I do get my new computer, I'm gonna have an actual tool that whenever I'm gonna have another screen, and then I'm gonna have my computer, and then IEM bot's just gonna funnel through, and it's gonna tell me a bunch of stuff going on. I'll have a special program that'll filter specific stuff, so it'll be pretty cool. So yeah, we'll have just basically everything cluttered into one. It'll be pretty nice. I think that'll be something that I'll enjoy and be able to, instead of just click around and do specific stuff, I could just look at a screen and then it would tell me. Let's see. Train spotter reports nickel-sized hail. Lasted 1 minute with brief 40 to 50 mile per hour winds. This was in Weston County, Wyoming. So right now, it does seem as if there's some sort of gusting nature right within the area of Wyoming. But you know, this is why IEM bot's so useful now. I wasn't using it prior, but it tells me what all is happening on the ground, and it tells me live instead of having to look through on GR2, and that can be slow occasionally. I will eventually turn the sound volume down as soon as I figure out how to fix. This is on my laptop right now, so it's kind of just, you know, in the background. It's doing its own thing. You're gonna hear these kind of like dings every now and then, but it is what it is. Flood advisory for Garza has been expired in Texas, so that's good news. Severe thunderstorm warning is continued for Campbell County, so it looks like that will continue. Same risks as prior. And then there's been reports of a wind gust of 59 miles per hour in Albany County, Wyoming, near the Dodge Creek Mesonet site. So definitely some gusty winds. Some reports of some nickel-sized hail. Nothing really quarter-sized as of late. But still one of those things where gusty winds will be in the future. As for Williamson County, it does seem as if you guys will be able to see something on Friday morning. Friday morning, you'll be able to see something. That does seem to be about it within the near future. So that's one thing to note. So yeah, countless severe thunderstorm warnings all over the board. I don't have Midland on here. Midland or San Angelo's IEM bot on here, or else I'd probably get some more stuff. I might add Midland and San Angelo on here, their National Weather Service chat, but who knows, we'll see. Also, when I looked at the radar wire, some storms basically circling around some states and then going back south. That's because they're following around a low. So the low moves counterclockwise, the high doesn't want any storms, so they go clockwise. They do their own thing. Let's see. Storm Chaser has found tennis ball sized hail, taken from a Chaser live stream in Garza, Texas. So this is based off of the Lubbock radar. I'm assuming that it's somewhere either here or here. I've got no clue, to be honest, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and add San Angelo's National Weather Service chat as well. It's not really National Weather Service chat, but IEM bot. And then we're going to go ahead and add Midland. Midland, Odessa. There we go. So we got that. So now we got all the chats up here for today's risk. And that'll be able to tell you all as it continues to move on through. And as soon as we got Midland and Odessa, we got all the stuff here. So, lit. So yeah, any questions as I continue to move on through? There is a severe thunderstorm warning in Georgia, of all places, just to the south and west of Savannah. And that's going to be for Bryan, Liberty, and Long counties in effect until 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Velocities actually are kind of decent. I'm not going to lie. There is a 2% chance for tornadoes out there, so I wouldn't be surprised if this thing starts to get moving and stuff like that. But it'll be pretty interesting. Do I think we will have just a typical tornado outbreak on Saturday? Yeah, it's starting to look like that in my opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. Something just based off of May. Something like that. 2020 in the clear for all the worst activities and things in the world and nature clean to flushing in 2021. No. Unfortunately, 2020 will probably get some more stuff. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. The energy that's from super cyclone in the Bay of Bengal is going to move into the East Pacific and the Atlantic May and continues as June comes in. Yep. Can this go down as the least amount of tornadoes in May for recent history? Yeah, there's it's up there, but depending upon what happens, as I said, 23rd is a thing, but as it continues to move on through, there may even be something in the end of May. But I'm kind of conflicted, to be honest. So it's just doing its own thing. Feel storms coming for PA. I can smell it. Love your wishful thinking there, my friend. I would love to think that too, but we are unfortunately not going to get anything. There's just Friday, we're going to get some sort of rain. That's really it. Can a 350 mile per hour tornado happen in the future? I mean, it can happen anytime in the future, then, to be quite honest with you all. Nothing really too big, to be honest, though, as I continue to look on through. Or at least it doesn't look like it's setting up. But to be honest, El Reno did happen on a 5% risk for tornadoes. So I do have to keep that in mind. It's the unpredictable nature of severe weather. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Home to May Rose Day. What's up? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, it does seem as if everything is kind of edged out a bit. I will continue to be looking at this storm in Georgia, but for right now, it seems as if the priority seems to be in Wyoming and Texas, especially with all the gusty winds and large hail. There's been even reports of golf ball sized hail, or not golf ball, quarter sized hail, not golf ball. Speaking of hail, there's been reports of nickel sized hail, according to a trained spotter in Campbell County. So there's that. Some more nickel sized hail. So it is doing its own thing. Like the confidence today, Nate. Good to see you taking criticism and improving. I'm trying. I said I had a bunch of ideas and how I wanted to conduct myself. There are some times where I can just be, I kind of want to act like myself, but I also don't want to be confined to the nature that every single meteorologist and or weather enthusiast has to be professional. But I feel like it would be really cool if I just had an IEM bot running in the background. I was just telling you all everything, just boom, 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 giving you all as much information as possible, because that is the point of this channel. I want to continue to do that as long as I am continue to stream on YouTube and even create videos. So, thank you for the kind words, though. I really do appreciate it, Grant. What do you think will be the main? I'm assuming there's main risks for Saturday. Hail and tornadoes. Wind is kind of there's not really any straight line wind, shear, stuff like that. So it's more classic to a tornadic event. I will say that. You guys have to work at 8 a.m., so old guy in me has to keep safe. Yep. Thanks, Terry, for coming out. I really do appreciate it. Let's see. Severe thunderstorm warning continues for Weston, Wyoming. So the hail has kind of went down a bit over there, so it's going to be pretty interesting as that continues to move along. But 60 mile per hour wind gusts are still in the forecast for that. When does Oklahoma get rain? Oklahoma's going to get, depending upon where you are in Oklahoma, it's either tomorrow, Friday, or Saturday. One of the 3 days, Oklahoma's just going to get rain depending upon where you're at, no matter what. So it's either on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. So Thursday is more for the western panhandle, and even northern parts in general. Northern parts are probably going to see a lot more rain in general. And then Friday, you're going to see central to southwestern. It'll kind of be localized though. And then Saturday, towards the morning and afternoon, you're going to see some stuff in the eastern side of Oklahoma. So depending upon where you're at, you'll get some rain eventually. And that'll actually go into the severe weather event that I have been talking about for Saturday. Hope Pecos Hank is hunting on Saturday. I hope so too. I feel like they would definitely be able to. I don't think Lawrence is going to be receiving any bad weather this month. Maybe this last week of May to the first week of June, we'll see some bad weather. Yep. It's really hard to tell for Missouri, to be completely honest with you all. New severe thunderstorm warning for Crosby, Garza, Hockley, and Lubbock County in Texas, and that's going to be in effect until 7:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. That's going to be for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and 2-inch size hail. So definitely one of those things where you guys are going to want to, just get inside. You'll be able to watch from your from the inside, but don't be outside. You don't want to deal with 2-inch size hail. They have also updated the severe thunderstorm warning. They canceled Lynn County, and they continued Garza County in Texas until 6:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. That's going to be for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and 2.5-inch size hail. So keep in mind for those people over there. New mesoscale discussion. Severe potential for area down in Midland, Texas. The watch probability has been 20%, so it means that probably stuff won't really happen around there, but it'll be still interesting to watch. Have you ever heard of a storm chasing game called Outbreak that they're working on? Looks really cool. Yeah, I have. Whenever they do release it, I will be playing it on a stream for whatever we have, like downtime or like just days where we don't have any weather, and I do want to communicate with you guys. I feel like that'd be really nice if I just, continue to talk with you all. So, do you think Minnesota will see severe weather this weekend? Minnesota could possibly see some stuff, but I don't really see a lot in the forecast for you all. So, probably not. It won't really be severe weather, but it'll be something along the lines of, some rain. If we take a look here, you guys might see something in the southern parts of Minnesota, but other than that, central, northern, nothing really too much. Storm Chaser has reports of $half sized hail, which if you don't know what that size is, it's 1.25 inches. That was in Custer County, Montana, so I believe that is the discrete cell that is producing that large hail. I honestly am not surprised whatsoever. I said the discrete cell, if it starts to get out on its own, it could definitely start to be able to produce some stuff within its own limits. Let's see. As I take a look here, new severe thunderstorm warning for Crosby and Garza in Texas. So I'm assuming they are making a larger warning now. That'll be in effect until 7:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. The risks are for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and 1.75 inch size hail. So keep that in mind as well. There has also been more reports of nickel-sized hail with the cell that's going to be moving into, I believe this is Campbell County. Am I correct? No, this is Weston. So Campbell County, the cell that's going to be eventually moving into Montana, that has had constant reports of nickel-sized hail. All right, see you guys. See you later, Stewie. See you in a bit. Let's see. We're saying Chunky Boy because of the hail. Oh yeah, big Chunky Boy. Brandon, what's up? It does seem as if there is a new severe thunderstorm warning that's just been issued. Give me a second. That will be for more parts of Custer County. Now with Miles City, that'll be in effect until 6:30 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, with the risk of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and 1.25 inch size hail. Let's see. Any rotation on the cell that's down here? I don't believe that there is any. As I said, when it comes to the risk here in northeastern parts of Wyoming, it's kind of in the middle of all the radars, so I can't really tell you what all is happening on the surface, but I can tell you what all is happening in the upper levels. So When it comes to the storm up here near Miles City, it doesn't look like there's anything there, but at the same time, it's the same thing that I was talking about earlier. I can only tell you of what's happening in the upper levels. I can't tell you lower level. So unless if it's like, big chunky boy status, I won't really be able to see you all. Man, the system is reminiscent of late summer, early fall type storms in northern plains. Yeah, definitely is. And the main reason is because of the upper level low that's in here. Let's give you guys what's all happening. Take a look at this, chat. Take a look at this low right here. Big low right here that's preventing this low from moving further out. Got the high pressure that is here. There's another low. This is actually Arthur right here. So this is the remnants of Arthur. And then we have a high pressure down here, I believe. And we have a high pressure. I don't think we actually have another high pressure. So we have a low right here. We have a low right here. And this low, until it moves out, won't allow this low to move out, if you get my drift. So as long as this low stays where it's at, which it's moving extremely slow, and that's the reason why there is massive flood risks for parts of the Ohio River Valley and deep south. But, this low right here has just been creating boundary after boundary after boundary, and that will continue to do so as long as this low stays where it's at. So as soon as this thing kind of goes up and at him, moves out of the way, then this low will be able to go ahead and take its place, move in on through the actual U.S. And it'll probably move in through here as we continue to look at through. Omega block, right? Yep, this is the Omega block. This is indeed the Omega block. It's having a whale of a time, I will say that. Let's see. Going to eat dinner. We'll be streaming at 8:30 to 9, probably. I guess we'll find out. Let's see. There's a new meso discussion concerning the severe thunderstorm watch in Montana. So we'll take a look at that in a few seconds. That's the same thing with Rapid City and Cheyenne. There's a new severe thunderstorm warning for Brewster, Pecos, and Terrell counties in Texas. That'll be in effect until 7:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. You can see some gusty winds and upwards of 60 miles per hour and quarter-sized hail. Did Arthur get pushed out by low fronts? Arthur didn't get pushed out at all. Arthur followed some warm waters all the way back down to Bermuda, and then the shear kind of just took it apart. So having a whale of a time, gotta say. Let's see. You're back. Welcome back, Andrew. Welcome back. Let's go ahead and take a look at the radar again. We'll take a look and see what all we're going with this. This does not feel like an hour into the stream. It feels like I just started it like 5 seconds ago. I'm gonna be completely honest. I will need some water eventually. Because I've just been rambling on forever. But I've just been doing my own thing. How are things looking for Friday in Eastern Virginia, thunderstorm-wise? Ooh, we got a mid-Atlantic person in here, similar to myself. Well, I'll go ahead and show some visuals. Let's see. So you're looking at Eastern Virginia, depending upon where you are in Eastern Virginia or how you want to label that as. You're definitely going to see some sort of rain in the morning. I will say that. The Thursday, you're going to see some stuff into Friday, but when it comes to Friday evening, after 8 o'clock, starts to move on through, you'll start to see, probably, I'm assuming it's an overcast day, but nothing really too serious. You'll see possibly a chance of some rain showers, but nothing really too big, to be honest. It won't really be thunderstorm capabilities, in my honest opinion, but you might see something every now and then. I do want to take a look at the sounding, and it does say there isn't really a lot, so you might get something, but not too much. Virginia Beach. Okay, so you're all the way down there. Yeah, you're going to be seeing some sort of rain for definitely Thursday, going into Friday. The rain may not clear until mid part of Friday, but you may even see some overcast stuff like that. So definitely one thing that you'll probably have to continue to look out for. Let's see. All right, that's irrelevant. That's the Corona low over Kentucky. Just cool and miserable all day. That sounds about right. I'm gonna be completely honest. You know, just with how 2020 is gone. You know, welcome to that. We did say we were going to take a look at the new mesoscale discussion concerning severe thunderstorm watch 195. So I do want to take a look. Deep convection that is initiated a few hours ago since progressed. Activity evolved into a squall line. While low-level jets should encourage continued eastward movement, the corridor appreciable buoyancy remaining is roughly... Okay. For these reasons, severe threat appears to be peaking and will likely decrease between... Okay, so right now, it seems to be the peak of the severe weather event. When it comes to the weather watch, the severe thunderstorm watch in this area. When it comes to Montana and stuff like that, that'll continue to move on through. But as of right now, it does seem as if, according to the National Weather Service and the Storm Prediction Center, that right now the risk over there seems to be peaking. There was another mesoscale discussion for the storm that was heading through Rio Grande. The watch issue inch was 20%, as I've mentioned before, if you guys remember. But if you don't, or if you didn't, if you weren't a part of the stream, then obviously, you know, here it is. There's an isolated storm that will pose hail and wind threat as they move over the Rio Grande. There isn't really a lot over there when it comes to shear in general. So you can expect to see just some hail, large hail, I'd say. Let's actually go ahead and take a look at that storm. We'll be able to see it off of the KDFX radar. So, you know, we'll be able to see something. Yeah. Also, I do want to mention, probably a good time for me to say this. First things first, if you're, let's put it this way. I hate to self-promote, but I guess I'll have to start doing so. You know, it is what it is. But anyways, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and click that subscription button. It helps me in the long run, and it allows you to be engaged with my channel. I feel like that I will be the most suitable YouTuber for you for live streams when it comes to live analysis, due to the fact that I typically am doing so. I'm doing it right now, actually, and I'll be able to give you all some live analysis when it comes to what all is happening currently, and radar data. That's a big thing right there. I feel, let's put it this way. I'm confident in my skills when it comes to radar data. So if you want to see some live analysis, feel free to hit that subscription button, and make sure to hit the bell button too, so that whenever I do live stream, you guys are a part of this. You guys can talk to me as well. So that's one thing that I do want to mention at the same time. Colin, that's fine. You're now back, I guess. Any updates? Not really. Not really. Apparently, it's peaking right now. Apparently, the entire event is peaking. Also, feel free to hit the like button. YouTube's algorithm is quite nice. If you hit the like button, it helps me with that, so we can get more people to join in on the fun, if you want to call it fun. Sharing this video or stream with others. If there's anybody else in the risk, I'm pretty sure they would enjoy to either watch the content or, you know, just watch, you know, what all I do. So it's doing its all thing. And then if you guys have any questions, feel free to either leave it in the live chat or in the comments if you're watching after the fact. So that's that. I thank you for your time, and I thank you for all the people who've already came down to the stream, liked, commented, subscribed, you know, shared the video, donated, stuff like that. You guys are awesome. You guys already know that you're awesome, you know. So I appreciate that with all my heart. I'll be back, Nate. Everyone in the chat. Welcome back home to Mayros Day. Welcome back. We don't even get a hazardous weather outlook here in Douglas County. Seems legit. Who's the one dislike? I don't know. They're free to do whatever they want. I'm going to be completely honest. Let's see. Let's see. New severe thunderstorm warning. This is for Castro and Swisher County in Texas This is going to be in effect until 7:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. The winds will get up to about 60 miles per hour and an inch size in hail. So if you do live in those counties, you might want to go ahead and get indoors. You don't really want to deal with all of that. Nate, sorry I missed a lot of your videos. That's fine, Kate. That's fine. You're not obliged to be in the stream. As you know, I support you all for what all you do already. So, you know, for the people who can make it out to the stream, obviously, you know, I thank you all with all of my heart because, you know, I love talking to you all. You know, I feel like we have a nice little bond here. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Let's see. 2 new severe thunderstorm warnings. One for Crockett, Texas. That'll be in effect until 7:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time, with wind gusts or winds up to 60 miles per hour and hail up to 1.5 inches. And then another severe thunderstorm warning for Tom Green County and Irion County. That'll be in effect until 7:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. That'll be mainly just for the winds and the inch-size hail. So, one thing that you guys will probably have to continue to monitor as that pushes through your area. Let's see. We'll be back soon. You're gonna go chat with your friend real quick. Do your thing. Yep, that's fine. Thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. Nate on Discord the next day. Dislike my video. Yeah, my Discord's a fun place to be. If you guys do want to be a part of my Discord community, go ahead and go to the description down below. It's all the way at the bottom where it says Storm Central, and then the link. If you have a Discord account, feel free to join that. We do have a lot of fun on our Discord server. We have a lot of knowledgeable people here too. They know their stuff, or at least the weather analysts and some of the weather assistants do. So, if you guys like weather, or if you just want to mess around in general with the community, feel free to come out. I feel like it'd be beneficial to you if you, you know, you just maybe even want to get to know me a bit more. But if not, that's fine. I can understand. Remember in the stream about a month ago, you said that there was going to be severe weather threat Saturday 23rd. You predicted it. Yeah, I've been having a whale of a time predicting this entire event. I've been promptly sitting in my little chair, and I love how everyone else is just like, oh, there's nothing really going to be happening on the 23rd. And then all of a sudden the 23rd happens, and stuff just goes mental, you know? So, I mean, from a research standpoint, I love, you know, I'm liking what I'm seeing. But I also want it to bust, mainly because I don't want it to impact other people's lives. So I've got kind of the two personalities, you know, going back and forth between each other. The research part of me is saying, yo, this is pretty cool. But the humanitarian part of me is saying, I got to tell as much people as I can about this event. So it's just doing all of its thing. Let's see. It's bad here in Virginia. It's been rainy and cold the past 3 days. Yep, that sounds about right for the Mid-Atlantic. Sounds about right. Subbed and hit the bell because I don't want to miss your videos. I really do appreciate that. Oh God, AJ joined. Welcome.
You just call me OJ?
No, I called you AJ.
Oh, I heard OJ. I was a bit confused.
Seems legit.
But yeah, I'm here. There's forecasting occurring, I heard. So
forecasting and severe weather event. That's really just severe weather though.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. Videos are great also. Well, I'm going to be eventually creating one, so that'll be really interesting. This has been Dead of the Year for Oklahoma. You're upset. I can understand that. Unfortunately, as May continues to move on through, it'll probably stay the same. You'll be seeing some sort of severe weather within the next couple of days, but it won't be to the magnitude of what you're typically used to for May. When it comes to the end of May, it's kind of a little far out to say, in my honest opinion, but you still could see something within the time being. So I can understand.
A lot of blocking, though.
Yeah, a lot of blocking. Yep. It's doing its own thing. It's doing its own thing. I will say that. What it's happening on June 2nd, that was when I was, there's this, like, low that pushes on through, and it does its own thing in the Deep South. I'm saying there could possibly be something in the Deep South on the 2nd, but it's still far out, It's basically taking a shot in the dark here, but at the same time, something that I'm going to continue to watch because that's kind of interesting. It's a similar setup to how all of this is happening. When
Yeah, that's the cutoff, isn't it? That's the cutoff low coming in first week
yeah,
of June.
yeah, that's exactly
Yeah,
what I'm looking
there's
at.
something interesting if you look on the CFS. Okay, can you pull up the CFS real quick?
Yes, I can.
On the 500 millibar wind speed.
Yep. I got you. I got you. Is there
Just
a
for the
specific?
loop on that, you
Just the.
can really see this annoying low pressure in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, this cutoff here.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah,
can't see
yeah,
that?
yeah.
That's
Yeah, that
actually
thing
like
just goes mental. It literally comes into like California and stuff. I was actually laughing about that the
yeah,
other night.
that's part of the blocking. You can see how strong the blocking is because that thing is just. How long does it stay offshore? Because that forms
Um,
and
Quite
stays
some
off the coast
time.
of California for like a week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's practically a week. Practically a week.
yeah, 240 hours, so 10 days.
Yep, this is the
So
sixth that I was talking about, but the CFS has something about a bit higher, like in Hoosier Alley. So it's just doing its own thing.
up there in Hoosier Alley,
Yeah.
Hoosier, you Easterner. Gosh.
Well, close enough. Close enough.
But you can see there's a lot of forcing, but the trough isn't really mature by the time it makes it there.
Mhm.
So
Let's see. As I take a look
it's pretty
here,
far out.
see if I can find something. Uh, let's see. Carbon County, Wyoming reports non-thunderstorm wind gusts of 63 miles per hour. So that's pretty interesting out there. Um, so still
Is that
gusty
on the
winds out.
ASOS station?
Yeah.
Or,
Let's see. Either that or Mesonet, I believe, something like that.
I didn't know
So
they had a Mesonet over there.
yeah, Mesonet. That's exactly what it is. So it's doing its own
Nebraska have a
thing.
Mesonet? I've seen the stations, but I don't know who runs it.
Glad to be here. Yep, good. Welcome. As I said, welcome to any new people who are out here. Appreciate you guys coming out. May was a complete failure in terms of severe weather. Yeah, it does seem like that. It does seem it has lowered our expectations. Our expectations were pretty high after what happened in April, and kind of didn't really do anything, or at least it hasn't done anything so far. We're still trying to figure out if more stuff's gonna be here, but who knows. When you were gone, someone said these dates were going to have big weather or something like that along the lines where June 3rd through June 6th. And then June 9th through June 12th. That's interesting. Those are pretty far out even for me. I'm going to be completely honest. um, Except for maybe the third. The third is kind of a little bit in my range, but at the same time, I'd actually have to like stare at it for quite some time, see how the patterns flow, function, and all that such. Are any of these storms tornadic by any chance? At the moment, no. Most of these are just hail makers. I'm gonna be completely honest. This stream was mainly just forecast and stuff like that. I intend to go off the air as soon as the risk in Wyoming, Montana, southern Montana, and western parts of South Dakota dies out a bit. So yeah, there's that. Let's see.
Nate, I'm wondering, what do you think about the tropics right now? Because there's a
Depends upon what tropics. If you're talking about the Atlantic, there could be. Okay. Oh, Eastern Pacific. Yeah, that's gonna go mental pretty soon. I'm gonna be completely honest. Here, I'll show you guys what I mean
what
by
makes you
mental.
say that? I know that there's a pretty deep trough expected to form off of Central America, but do you think it's going to be far enough?
There's literally a tropical system that goes backwards according to the GFS. That sounds about right.
Yeah, I don't know if we should trust the GFS.
The GFS in the Pacific isn't really too consistent. The GFS in the Atlantic, however, is pretty consistent.
In the Atlantic, you can take it for a grain of salt after like
a
certain
week.
time,
Yeah.
it always does put a hurricane there.
Yes,
Always does.
it always does. But like after, it's probably a little bit before halfway into the model is when you should start taking it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, around hour 200 is about where I stop
Mm-hmm.
listening to
Yeah,
these.
so that's about halfway for any of you who want to do it for yourself. Any storms tonight in Carlton,
And
Texas?
GFS runs 384 hours.
I do not believe so. By the way, have you seen the latest NAM run for Kansas and Nebraska?
NAM or NAM 3K? Because it's not
NAM.
3K yet. NAM.
Just
Let me take
it says that there's some sort of crap vection forming in Oklahoma that'll block off some of the advection and lower the Cape by quite some bit.
You see, it keeps saying that.
Yeah.
It goes back on the next run because
exactly.
The morning one had this.
Which is the reason why I'm like, all right, let's put it this way: Nebraska is still going to be pretty bad either way. Whether what happens in Oklahoma, Nebraska is still going to be a threat no matter what. It's just, whether or not Kansas can get on that same level.
Here's the thing: I don't think the morning convection is going to be that much of an issue because it's going to.
That's what I'm saying.
So that's still going to have time to get to peak heating.
I agree with that too. I just don't think so all too much. But Carlton, you guys might see some.
Is really struggling with this too. Like it.
It's still it's towards the end of the model anyways too. That's another point that we should make. That it's right at the end of the model, and typically with all models, no matter what, it's pretty bad towards the end of the model. It's not really too accurate.
And the NAM 3, if you look at the 3K, it wants to give us a ton of supercells in Kansas on Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
As well, which is weird because I didn't expect that. If I look at this, I think there's a marginal there.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe that'll go up, but it's putting that.
I think it's gonna go up mainly around the Tulsa area, maybe a little bit further south. I just think that there's gonna be something, or at least something around Tulsa and further south. That's what I think.
The thing is, it's interesting because the NAM shows it initiating by midnight, stuff down in Oklahoma, that crap.
Yeah.
But the NAM 3K doesn't have it by that point. It doesn't have anything down there. So I wonder if this is a case of the NAM's resolution hurting it. Because the NAM's resolution is what?
It's pretty bad.
Kilometers?
Yeah, something like that.
8K?
It's something around those lines. Let's see.
I think this might just be a case of its resolution hurting it.
Is there anything for Southern California? Not really in the forecast. You guys might see some a couple thunderstorms in late May due to the low that's going to be pushing through. But other than that, nothing really too much. You guys will continue to have not really. There'll be a couple humid days, but nothing really too big or out of the ordinary. We do have reports of a golf ball sized hail from a National Weather Service employee in Lubbock County. So that'll be in Texas for anyone. So definitely one of those things where people in Texas need to go ahead and take their precautions, just get inside, because this thing has a history of producing over at least 1.5 inch sized hail. Let's see, looking a bit cloudy here in Indiana. It's probably just a small storm though, nothing significant. Yeah, Indiana's not supposed to be getting a lot of big stuff, or at least nothing recently. You guys might get some thunderstorms every now and then, but nothing too big. So I will say that. I noticed that most, if not all, of the counties in the Panhandle of Texas are squares. Yeah, that's typical for most of the counties out in the Midwest. That's just typical. The plains, look at Kansas.
Yeah, generally counties are done two ways. Either sections, like these squares or rectangles, or they're done on rivers or other boundaries. Sometimes a highway will divide two counties, but usually it's a river or just an arbitrary line.
Yeah.
I can think of an example. In Nebraska, Lancaster County is a perfect square or perfect rectangle, but then one county north of us, the Platte River runs across the middle of it and cuts it in half. So it's a difference of how they divide it.
It doesn't seem as if Georgia's going to be getting stuff, Dominic, so you should theoretically be fine. I mean, you might see some thunderstorms every now and then, but nothing too big. Nothing too big, in my opinion. Let's see. We got more reports and stuff like that. Bunch of stuff. Ding. I am bot. Ding. New severe thunderstorm warning for Sioux and Goshen County. Sioux is in Nebraska. Goshen is in Wyoming. That'll be in effect until 6:30 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. That'll be for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. The severe thunderstorm watch in Montana has been canceled for Carbon, Golden Valley, Stillwater, Whitland, all in Montana, and they still continue it for Bighorn, Carter, Custer, Fallon, Musselshell, Powder River, Rosebud, Treasure, Yellowstone until 11 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. There is also a new severe thunderstorm warning in Reagan and Upton County in Texas. That'll be in effect until 7:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. That'll be for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and 1.25-inch sized hail. And then as I take a look, National Weather Service employee now in Lubbock County has reported 2 3/4-inch sized hail. So baseball sized hail is being reported in Lubbock. People need to definitely go ahead and get inside because that will definitely not only do some damage, but that could injure people. So definitely take cover if you live in Lubbock County in Texas. Let's see. More pea-sized hail reports in Musselshell County in Montana. A bunch of pea-sized hail reports. So there's that. There's also thunderstorm wind gusts of 54 miles per hour in Wyoming, as well as some others around 50 miles per hour. The 54 is the highest according to AWOS and Mesonet. So it's one of those things where the line that's moving through parts of South Dakota and even into to Montana and even parts of Nebraska, there's some gusts that could go up to 50, even 55 miles per hour. So one thing of that note. Let's see. Yep. So it seems to typically be it. When it comes to the live reports, up to date. Yeah, that sounds about right. Do you see rotation? I don't think there was a lot of rotation in the cell in Texas, to be honest. I think it should be fine. Should theoretically be fine.
Yeah, whatever happened to that High Plains insanity Reed Timmer told us about, man?
I've got no clue. Was he secretly planning for Saturday? I've got no clue. No clue.
What did he say for Saturday?
He didn't say anything for Saturday. He was just hyping up.
No, the guy in chat. You just.
Oh, who said what? Nothing said any. No one said anything for Saturday. No one. I'm still pretty pumped that I'm the only one that actually is talking about Saturday. Now I'm not sure if that's just me acting like an. Okay, who else is talking about Saturday?
Here.
Oh
Everybody
boy.
on Twitter is talking about Saturday.
Okay, well that's Twitter, but I've been talking about it for quite some time. I will say that.
I mean, you could see it on day 6. Here's the thing: on day 6 and day 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that far out?
I'll hear you out anyways, because I. Okay.
The forcing, right?
Yeah.
It just doesn't line up. It didn't line up. It's lining up better now than it was before.
Yeah.
The timing of it.
It's just doing its own thing. But anyways, I said it mid part of last week. I said something's gonna happen on the 23rd. Boom. New severe thunderstorm watch for Daniels, Dawson, Garfield, McCone, Petroleum, Phillips, Prairie, Richland, Roosevelt Valley, and Weebox counties in Montana. That'll be in effect until 11 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So yeah, if you're under those areas, you need to go ahead and take your precautions and just monitor the weather. New severe thunderstorm warning for Crosby, Floyd, Hale, Hockley, Lamb, and Lubbock counties in Texas. That'll be in effect until 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time. The hazards for that will include 70 mile per hour winds and 3-inch sized hail. So if you're in Lubbock, or if you're around Lubbock in those counties that I have mentioned, you're definitely going to want to go ahead and take your precautions. Get inside and don't stay outside, because that could definitely not only do some damage, but that could actually injure some people. So need to just definitely heed those warnings. Let's see. Capitals and states, correct? Most of the countries in the world. Yeah, that sounds about right. I was kind of doing that still too. You believe Charleston, West Virginia is being hit by the storm currently? Is there a storm in Charleston, West Virginia? I'm curious for myself because I actually do want to check, but at the same time, I'm like, meh. Will there be any activity on Saturday? Yep, there will definitely be activity on Saturday. I can confirm that there will definitely be something on Saturday. So the severe thunderstorm watch in Texas for Dallam and Hartley and more has been canceled. The others have continued to stay up to date. Broadcast media has reports wind gusts of 60 miles per hour and pea-sized hail in Weston County, Wyoming. So that's definitely one of those things where they need to go ahead. Still definitely take their precautions because it will be really, really windy as it continues to move on through. Train spotter has also reported 60 mile per hour wind gusts and pea-sized hail as well. So 40 mile per hour sustained winds with that line is going through parts of Campbell County, Wyoming. Let's see. That seems to be it when it comes to keeping you all up to date. Let's see. Do want to continue to take a look at Saturday. Is there anything that is updated for Saturday? Not really. I'm excited to see whenever Saturday comes around.
GFS run should be rolling soon, shouldn't it?
Oh yeah, that's right. There was a new GFS run that went through when I was looking at it at the same time. So let's take a look at the GFS. I'm really.
That was the 18Z. Right now we're waiting. The 0Z should be running in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But before that, I wonder the next NAM run will bring it on to the 3K, won't
it? It might. It might.
Halfway onto the 3K, half of it's gonna be on.
How are the cells doing? Any tornadoes yet? No, there are not any tornadoes yet. Or at least none that I can tell at the moment. So.
Yeah, today wasn't going to be a tornado though. There might be a spout or two, but.
Yeah, I said it was going to be mainly a straight line wind risk. This is mainly to stream, not only to test IEM bot and how I can incorporate it in my stream, which it does seem as if I'm doing it pretty well, and I'll be able to do it with my new computer. Which, by the way, don't know when I'll be able to get that in. I do need to get a new license in order to set up my new bank account because it's currently expired and Corona has all the DMVs dead. So
yeah, the DMV is like.
I can still drive because West Virginia has extended it all the way until the DMVs are open down there. But as of right now,
here in Nebraska they want to do that. So
seems legit. Let's see. It's weird because you're watching people eat Subway. Seems legit. On your map, you've seen storms above the ocean that are rotating. That's typical. That happens a lot out there. It seems as though there's a lot more activity out in the ocean more than anything. Let's see. Bunch of stuff now popping up here. Let's see. There's been a report of wind gusts 58 miles per hour and 53 miles per hour, according to Mesonet, for Custer County and Weston County in South Dakota. So there's that, and then the severe thunderstorm watch for Campbell County, Wyoming, has now been canceled, or not warning. I believe severe thunderstorm watch for Campbell County has now been expired. So one of those things where they are now out of the risk, according to the SVC. Shad Gaspard. Oh yeah, that's right. I heard of his passing. My condolences to Shad Gaspard. I do remember seeing that on WWE this morning. Let's see. I was watching some stream on YouTube. Steve Lookner was streaming about dam breaks flood. Yeah, it's been pretty crazy in my honest opinion. Yeah, so let's take a look at the GFS and see what it has to say about Nebraska and Kansas when it comes to the surface-based cape. Because that's something that I actually, granted with its cold bias and all, I did want to see what all is happening in there. And geez, it still seems as if there's a crap ton of cape, even with the latest. That's a 12Z, actually. We gotta take a look at the 18Z. It didn't update. Classic.
There's still quite a bit on the 18Z down.
Oh, yeah. 18Z is still mental. Yeah, it's still fine. The risk is... There's a lot of questions going into this risk on Saturday as to whether or not it'll have as much energy as it says it does. But as of right now, it definitely is going to be some sort of event happening on Saturday. And it'll probably be worse than all the events leading up to it. When it comes to Sunday and Monday, those are still up for grabs. Whether or not stuff shifts a bit, I guess we will actually have to see. But as for right now, Saturday seems to be the day that I've been talking about for quite some time. It seems as if it will possibly verify. Let's see. Howdy, shouty hockey and everybody. Hello, Galaxy. Welcome back. Crying because your mom did not want to talk about moving. Okay. Well, hopefully this will be an area, that place for you to relax. We're just going to be talking about the weather and stuff like that. That's really it. Yeah, I'm having a good day. I have a good day. Remember that live stream that I deleted? I didn't delete it. It didn't save. What?
I don't think the NAM is resolving this very well at all.
I don't think so either, which is the reason why
it's
with
a
it
bad time.
With it being very far out, it's kind of hard for us to determine based off of the NAM right now.
Yeah, I do wonder. Is there a place we can get the euro for this?
Bunch of reports. Let's see. Reports of nickel-sized hail from emergency management. Goshen County, Wyoming. This is at the corner of Main Street and 28th. Which is Torrington. So, that area is getting some nickel-sized hail, probably some gusty winds as well. You think we could see 1 or 2 tornadic supercells tomorrow? Probably 1, but nothing really like too big. I wouldn't be surprised if they increase it to a 5%. I will say, I wouldn't be surprised. But as of right now, it's just kind of doing its own thing. Let's see. DJ Morris, welcome back. Welcome back. Nice to see you here. Aren't those too low days? Kinda. They're just doing their own thing. I'm actually really curious to see. Does the Euro model? The Euro model doesn't have cape lit. Everything Lydia would inside. Nothing has cape besides GFS and NAM. Lit. Sounds about right.
Wait, are you using Pivotal?
Yeah. What? Does College of Tube Age have it?
First issue.
Huh?
There's your first issue. They don't have all the products on their basic tier. You gotta buy Pro.
Well, does DuPage have it?
DuPage doesn't have the Euro. No, they used to. But then someone snitched. So. Someone
snitched. Seems legit.
Yeah, someone snitched. You're not supposed to give away the Euro data for free. So
So I see. Another story for Topeka, Kansas area looks scary. Yeah. Topeka, Kansas is doing its own thing, I will say that. Let's see.
Oh, there's been a crash.
Sorry?
Oh, I'm sorry, I have a NASCAR race on in the background, and someone's just ate the ball.
Sounds about right.
But I was just talking about Topeka. They've actually had a pretty active period the last couple days. They had, I think, 3 confirmed, and Reed Timmer would have us believe 10 non-confirmed tornadoes down by
Woof.
What's the town? Imperial, I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was Imperial. And I had landspout up by Holton. So they've actually had a pretty active period in eastern Kansas, and this is going to be another kind of almost more June-like setup. This is the kind of setup you'd see usually in mid-June, early July, not late May.
Yep.
Especially with, what are the temperatures? I haven't checked surface temps ahead of this.
It's like upper 70s, something like that. And then if you get further south, it's 80s.
Yeah, it says 80s in Lincoln almost. Yeah, 81. So yeah, it's gonna be getting up there. It's
Lubbock's doing reports of 2.5. Yep, 2.5 inch size hail sounds about right in Lubbock. Yeah, everything's just continuing fine as usual. Nothing really too interesting that's popping off right now. Heck is he looking at? He's looking at Thursday. What? I want to see. I gotta see. I have to. I'm curious, chat. I'm curious.
Want to look at Thursday?
He's looking at Thursday night and a Friday.
Thursday should be a marginal. That's my hot take.
Slight. I'd say slight, but that's mainly just it. Public reports of inch-sized hail in Castro County, Texas. So more reports of hail coming in. Definitely one of those things where people are gonna want to just kind of take their precautions. I gotta say that. All right, so he said,
hail, you should go outside and get some. All right, here's a life hack. If you want to get your pictures retweeted on Twitter, right? Get 2 pieces of hail. Put them against each other, put them in the freezer, and then take them out, and it'll look like you got one big piece of hail. I cannot tell you how many times I've seen people do this.
Yeah, it's okay. This is an okay sounding, but it's a lot of contamination. Although it looks like a kind of shoe, doesn't it? Or like some sort of like elf shoes, I gotta say. Landspout is a weak tornado that usually forms on the edge of a gust front. Yep. Indeed.
Actually, a landspout is a bit different. A landspout typically comes from the cloud base. A gustnado is on the edge of a gust front. There's a bit of a difference, not much, but.
Here's a question: how do you get your picture on here? Depends upon what you mean by picture.
I think he means your face cam.
Oh, my face cam? That's Streamlabs OBS. It's a streaming software that I use. Oh god, I gotta hear.
That's actually at an airport also.
Oh boy. Yeah, I know. I've got David's stream in the background, but I also gotta see, just in case if I'm missing something, gotta make sure that other people are there. That way, I could be able to just help. But he's talking about the cone of silence right now, and I'm just like, what are you doing? We got a new report of 2.25 inch size hail from the NWS employee in Lubbock. So that is continuously producing some large hail in those areas. Yeah. Well, it does seem as if it's just continuously producing more and more stuff. Oh boy. Radar is dead, isn't it? My goodness. I want to see what it looks like without the smoothing. That's crazy. Alright. Someone in your server said that there was no cape on the Kansas and Oklahoma border on Saturday. If that's Bob, that's mainly because Bob loves to talk to his other storm chasers, and then they're like, oh, they got the storms, the crapvection that forms on Saturday. And I'm just like, the models are so inconsistent with those storms. You're basically grasping for straws. Okay, you're saying camera, but where did you go to do this? When it comes to the camera, I bought it off of Razer. I got a Razer Kio face cam. I actually got another one. I wonder if I can do that as a giveaway or something like that. Either that or use it for myself. Who knows? Who knows? Anyways. Can you explain how to read SKU-T diagrams? I could, but that would take me about 4 hours to talk about in total. I'm probably going to just oversimplify it completely. The red line right here, here, let me outline all this. The red line right here on SKU-T is the temperature line for if a parcel was going up into the storm. Parcel being different different heights. So say you launched a weather balloon, it's measuring the temperature around that balloon as it goes up. So the red is the temperature, the green is the dew points. So anything around 70 obviously is pretty moist. This dotted line right here would be what the parcel line would be if a developing thunderstorm. Just what it would look like if there was a developing thunderstorm. So there's that, and then there's the differential between the temperature and the developing parcel. In between those two, the dotted line and the red is the cape. So that's the reason why you have cape there and all sorts of stuff. These wind barbs over here, this tells you the shear at the different levels, so you're going to want to take a look at that too. That's pretty nice. Helicity is the differential between the winds at the bottom, the winds at the top. So, the more displacement between the two when it comes to direction and wind speed, obviously you're going to get more helicity. Boom. Lapse rates, this dictates as to stronger updrafts and all that in general. So anything above 7, you could get some really nice hail within there. There's that. And that's SKU-T. Photographs are just self-explanatory. If you see something that goes towards the right, it means you can have some sort of tornadic potential. But it needs to kind of like smooth out. So there's that. That's the oversimplified version. Whenever I do create a video, I'll eventually do that where I just basically talk about how to read soundings and stuff like that. Then you guys will be able to see how how to do it, and you'll be able to understand the principles behind it. Let's see. We have egg-sized hail being reported in Lubbock now by the National Weather Service employee. So still large hail, 2 inches in diameter. Crazy, huh? Flood advisory issued for Tom Green, Texas. Tom Green County, Texas. And that'll be in effect until 10:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. As I said, flooding will definitely be an issue. There's also 65-mile-per-hour wind gusts reported outside the Ducat Airport by a train spotter in Tom Green County as well. So definitely some gusty winds and the possibility of some flooding around there. Mesonet also reports 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts in Lawrence County, South Dakota, near the O'Neill Pass. So still gusty winds being prevalent around those areas, and that'll eventually head into the Rapid City area relatively soon. So let's see. Pea-sized hail estimated in Snyder moving north-northeast. Yep, sounds about right. Do you think we could see a few supercells that go tornadic tomorrow? You might see 1 or 2, but nothing really too big. I honestly don't think there isn't really going to be a lot that's happening tomorrow, but you could see possibly a slight risk tomorrow. Although my counterpart says that there's probably going to be a marginal. It seems as if Discord has crashed for me. Sounds about right, doesn't it? Sounds about right. You can be completely honest. Oh boy. Now we got some people that are starting to trash out my thingamabobbers. We got some hashtag in the HRRR we trust, and I'm like, that's hurting me hard because I started that saying the 8 in the NAM we trust, so that's kind of when I yeah. Oh. What might happen for Greensburg, Kansas on Saturday? Greensburg, Kansas. First off, where is that? Gotta figure out where that is. Let's see. This is just to the west of Wichita. I mean, you could see something on Saturday, but honestly, not really too. You could see some stuff. Probably late evening into the early morning hours. You probably will see something. That'll be pushing on through, my honest opinion. Yeah, in the Nate we trust. Seems legit. In the Nam we trust, boys. We're gonna get those emotes eventually. We'll get there, chat. We'll get there. We'll get there eventually. We get more subscribers. We get more people to join. We'll get a bunch of emotes and crap for you all. Got hammered by EF5? Yeah, they did. Discord is down. Is it really? If Discord is down, then that's just a universal thing. Will I ever release my color table? My base reflectivity, I might. My base velocity, I got a new one. And this one I actually like. I like it a lot. As you can kind of see, it goes from like red to like orange to like yellow to a bright yellow. I fixed that up. And then this goes from like a green to like a sea green to like a electric blue to a dark blue to a purple to a pink. And I like that a lot. So this is also in miles per hour. So if anyone wants this color table, feel free to join my Discord server or contact me on Discord individually. I'll be able to get that to you. But yeah. Wait, in the NAM we trust other... In the NAM 3K we trust... Well, in the NAM, it's specifically... NAM is just the NAM products in general. So, like, there's the NAM 3K, NAM Nest, you know, NAM 12K, NAM 24K, NAM 36K, something like that. You know, there's stuff like that. Do you think we could see Tornadic 1 or 2 Tornadic supercells tomorrow? Kinda. Not really. I mean, you could see one. But other than that, not really. There's been reports of penny-sized tail in Powder River County in Montana. So there's that too. And then there's also been reports of ping-pong ball-sized tail. A lot of reports of hail, actually, by a bunch of train spotters. So there's like bunch of nickel, bunch of P, bunch of quarter, bunch of penny, and bunch of ping-pong. So it's all over the place indeed. New severe thunderstorm warning for, I'm assuming that's Butte or Butt, either or, Lawrence, Meade, and Pennington County in South Dakota, as well as Crook County in Wyoming. That'll be in effect until 7 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. There has been reports of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts with this storm, and the hail is right around, if not less than 3/4 of an inch. So there is that. Let's see. Lubbock has reports of golf ball sized hail as well as ping pong ball sized hail, so it still seems as if there's ongoing hail over there. Yeah, Discord is kind of dead right now, I gotta say. AmpFan is also dead, speaking of things that are dead. It's already hit India and Myanmar and stuff like that. It was up to 166 miles per hour. Not as strong as Dorian was last year, but it's still a relatively strong hurricane or cyclone, however you want to do it. I'm not going to be on the chat that long tonight, guys. Glad you're having a good time. Yep, thanks for coming out. I really do appreciate you hanging around. So I really do appreciate it. Yeah, still more reports of hail in Lubbock. It's just piling in now. New mesoscale discussion concerning the severe thunderstorm watch in Texas. So there's that, as well as a yeah, still that there. Let's see. Yep. So let's go ahead and take a look at the new let's take a look at the new severe thunderstorm. Well, actually, the meso discussion down there. Severe thunderstorm watch 196. The threat of severe hail and wind will continue from Lubbock. Near-term threat, continued Texas panel. Overall, severe threat is diminishing. So that's the main thing to take away from this Mesoscale discussion, is that the severe threat for down in Texas is indeed diminishing quite a bit. So we are starting to get closer to the end of the stream. I'd say give or take 30 to 45 minutes is when stuff will start to diminish. Let's see. Tomorrow's my last day of online school. Thank God. Yeah, that was last week on Friday for me. Bad for spamming. Just wondering his opinion. Yep. No problem. No problem. Speaking of stronger storms, do you remember Category 5 Irma? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was an interesting thing. Can you imagine if it actually was going to where it was forecasted to be? That would have been terrible. Terrible. Depends on the connection area, and Discord. Kentucky is not working. Yeah, Pennsylvania is not working either. I think Discord is down at the moment. I'm going to be completely honest. I believe Discord is down. Let's see. Yeah, I think Discord is down, so anyone after the fact, I know there's going to be some people coming from my server who, if they're already engaged in my channel, they're probably just going to come in here. So for all the people who are there, hello, how do. But it's just doing its own thing. 23rd looks concerning for areas near Greensburg, Kansas. Sounding shows significant risks. Greensburg, Kansas is okay. There's still some capping, but right now the models are trying to figure out as to whether or not there's going to be crap advection in Oklahoma that'll limit the advection of how much cape. So it's just going to do its own thing, in my honest opinion. 23rd will probably be big. 23rd will probably be big. It won't be like historic, but it's still doing its own thing. Discord is still working? Okay, well then it's just probably on the Eastern Seaboard's part. Ease what it is. I thought there was more people on Nate's chat today. What happened? I don't know. There's been a lot of other weather streamers that have been trying to stream, at the same time that I've been doing. I feel like a lot of people feel like it's a lot easier to stream, which to an extent it is. And I don't know. I guess there's a lot of people that... Jeez, my little brother is just screaming. I'm going to have a talk with him after this. I guess they just have to pick and choose between the content providers that they have. So, just so happens that David Schlotthauer and Justin the Weather Boy and Trusted Weather and all of them are streaming. And so, they'll be going... Trusted Weather and James the Weatherman and stuff like that. So, it just is what it is. There would typically be more people. But I guess there's more that enjoy other people's content, which I'm not salty. I don't really care. Let's see. More reports of quarter-size hail in Lubbock, so that's typical. New severe thunderstorm warning. This will be for Custer County in Montana, and that'll be in effect until 7:15 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. The risks do include 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and 2-inch size hail. So it's one of those things where you guys need to go ahead and take your precautions. 2-inch size hail can injure you. So definitely one of those things where you got to just keep that in mind. Gave me a massive craving for goldfish the past few streams, so I had to get myself 2 giant boxes. Seems legit. I've still got my box right here, but where my box typically is, here, I'll show you all. There's my laptop. My laptop and my radio. I've got IEM bot functioning at the moment. So, yeah, it's just all the stuff on what all's going on. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. Seems as if we're just doing its We're just doing our own little thing. Yeah. As I told you guys, just by looking at the mesoscale discussions, it does seem as if the risks have been diminishing quite a bit. So, do want to keep that in mind. Update identified with isolated an issue, an upstream issue. Cloudflare causing API request connections to be denied. Working with them on a resolution. We'll post updates. Okay, so Discord is down right now. Sounds about right. Lubbock, Texas is in a severe thunderstorm warning. Yeah, Lubbock, Texas right now has had a history of producing large hail, especially in some instances of almost 3-inch size hail. There's been 2 3/4 inch size hail, 2-inch size hail, and even 2 reports of 2 and a single 1/4 inch size hail. So it's just been quite sporadic around that area. The fact that there's still a storm that is consistently producing large amounts of hail is quite insane. Have you ever watched the Dr. Fujita documentary that aired on PBS? I have. It's actually really interesting. I watch a lot of stuff and all of that. I just watch a lot of documentaries on weather in general. It's pretty interesting. I love it. I love it. I love it. I have to say that. Yeah, just been large hail that's been producing around that area. So, unfortunately, we can't really tell you the specifics as to what all is happening in Lubbock per se, because the airport, it just so happens that the airport's right next to the actual city of Lubbock, as well as the radar, and so there's kind of some complications as to, how much you can see. You got the cone of silence. Not really the cone of silence. It's just, the beam height can only go so high for radars. So there's that. We haven't really done a lot of 3Ds, but I do want to see this. ISO surface, kind of interesting. Yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. Ooh, some chunky bits of hail, I gotta say. Pretty nice. Not gonna lie. But not really updraft material, gonna be completely honest. It is kind of just doing its own thing, but not really a lot to talk about on this storm. There might be an inflow notch here. I do want to take a look at the velocities. Not really. Nothing really too much. Nothing for tornadic potentials. So, big hail. But other than that, nothing too interesting, in my honest opinion. Finally, we got something from IEMBot. New mesoscale discussion concerning severe thunderstorm watch 197. So we'll take a look at that in a few seconds. One thing that I do want to mention here is that there is this either dry line or outflow boundary that's starting to push on through, and that's starting to force all the storms out away from all the unstable air. So it's one of those things where you need to go and take your precautions. Yeah, Rapid City's under a severe thunderstorm warning. Indeed, indeed. 65 mile per hour straight line winds was a record in San Angelo. Yep. Discord is down to an issue with API. Yep. Sounds about right. I don't know. That's just... Let's put it this way. And I'll say this to every single person, alright? I can't stop you from going to other people's channels. But just know that I'm not going to sugarcoat anything, and I'm not going to overhype anything. I'm going to give it to you guys straightforward, all the information as much as I can, which is the reason why I've got IEMBot here, and I'm going to get a new computer so that I can put all of my weather stuff on there, have all my streaming stuff on this computer, and I'll just basically have as much stuff as possible for you guys. So there's that. I'll be able to help you in that aspect, and I'll be able to tell you all what all's going to be going on. But for other channels, I cannot speak for them. I really cannot. So, Rapid City's in a watch. You're bad. Oh, okay. Well, Rapid City's like kind of in a warning. I said they could potentially get something in there. You know, there's no such thing as copyright in the chat. They can do whatever they want. I'm not singing Country Roads though, because unfortunately, even if you do sing it, there's a chance that you guys get copyrighted. So, younger than the mountains. I'll let you guys finish that. Let's see. Hi guys, any sloth warnings today? Not today. It seems as if today seems to be in the clear for us. Gotta say. Yeah, new IEM bot stuff. I guess now we are going to be able to take a look at the Mesoscale discussion after it updates a bit. There we go. Let's see. Severe threat should spread northeast. So now the weather watch for 197 is kind of just going more. Oh boy. All right. We have a rotating wall cloud with a storm. Storm chaser vehicle was destroyed on I-94. This was in Custer County in Montana. So now this is starting to get pretty serious now. We now have a storm that could potentially be tornadic in Montana. So we are now going to be taking a look at this storm. I love how everyone is constantly saying country roads in here, but according to IEMBot, there's been reports of egg-sized hail in Custer County, and a storm chaser's vehicle was destroyed on I-94. So this cell over here near Kinsey, I'm assuming, is where the area of rotation could quite possibly be. Apparently there's a wall cloud around here, so I'm going to see what all I can do with this storm. Unfortunately, as I said, it's pretty far away from the radar, but that's one of those things where I need to continue to take a look at what all is going on. Most people are now going away from the stream. Watch this thing go tornado warned after the report of a wall cloud within the storm. So that's going to be pretty interesting. But we do have a wall cloud here in Custer County, Montana. This was reported off of a storm chaser. So one of those things where we're going to continue to look at it, even though it is looking up about 12,000 feet up in the sky. So that's all. Let's put it this way. We're shooting in the dark. It does have a nice hail spike, I will say. Hail spike is really nice. Right within there is the hail spike, so it'll be pretty interesting to take a look at. But can you name all the states in the United States? You could. But as I said, do have a wall cloud within this. We're going to take a look at the other stuff. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning for... actually, no, we don't. It's just they continued it. Seems legit. Let's take a look. We have reports of hail. Oh boy, a bunch of stuff that I can't read. Sounds about right. I'll have to translate that in a bit. Yeah, we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning. Severe thunderstorm warning for Iron County in Texas, and that'll be in effect until 8:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. That'll be for 60 mile per hour wind gusts and 1.25 inch sized hail. So yeah, I do want to take a look and see if they updated trained weather spotters at 6 p.m. 2-inch size hail is reported. This dangerous storm, immediately large destructive hail capable of producing significant damage. So yeah, that has completely destroyed a storm chaser's car over here in Kinsey and Shirley. So people over there need to go ahead and continue to take their precautions. Yeah. It's doing its own thing. Let's see. New severe thunderstorm warning for Glasscock, Reagan, and Upton counties in Texas. That'll be in effect until 8:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. That'll be for 60 mile per hour wind gusts and 1.5 inch sized hail. So people over there need to continue to monitor the weather as that moves into those areas. We've had a report of more egg-sized hail in Lubbock. Large hail that's impacting the actual city of Lubbock as we speak, as well as prior. So it's basically the city of Lubbock just is continuously getting hail and hail and hail, large hail at that. So, let's see. Severe thunderstorm warning in Rapid City, South Dakota. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of close to South Dakota. It's kind of close to Rapid City. It's in South Dakota, but I said I wouldn't be surprised if Rapid City got some gusty winds within that. And then obviously, you know, it's doing so. So, you could definitely see some stuff within there. Love how everyone's casually singing Country Roads in the chat. Sounds about right. So yeah, as I said, there's been a report of a wall cloud within there. Yep, rotating wall cloud within the storm. Storm chaser vehicle was destroyed on I-94. So, definitely something within this storm that's going to be really interesting. I actually do want to take a 3D of this actual cell. Granted, as I said, it's pretty far out. I do want to take a look and see what all is happening here. Let's take a look at the lit volume. Okay, that didn't tell me a lot. ISO surface will probably tell me a bit more, to be completely honest. Oh boy, that's updrafty nature and anvil and a half. So yeah, right there, big anvil that's been created. Really nice anvil actually. Here, let's make it a little bit better for you all. There you go. So take a look. Nice little anvil that's been created. Not really a lot of overshooting tops with this one. I mean, there are some, but it's just, it's doing its own thing. The relevant stuff kind of shows that nice anvil characteristic as it pushes out towards the north due to storm motion. But as of right now, it does seem as if the downdraft is pretty limited. The updraft, not really visible on radar either. So keep that in mind for everyone else. Oh boy, I'm gonna kill my little brother. I'm gonna do it, chat. I feel like you guys wouldn't mind. Give me 2 seconds. Stop screaming. Alright, as soon as I leave the room, we get a new report on IEM bot. So that sounds about right. So let's take a look at what that is. Actually, it's not even a new report. It's just climate. Oh no, wait, there is a new report. Let's see, 54 mile per hour wind gusts in Custer County, South Dakota. So still pretty gusty around those areas, but you know, it's close enough. Yep, egg size sale doing its own thing. Nate Brothers probably raging at Fortnite. Yeah, he typically does that. New report out of Lubbock. There's a new severe thunderstorm warning for Kent and Stonewall counties, and that'll be in effect until 8:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Winds up to 60 miles per hour and hail 1.5 inches. So one of those things where it's doing its own thing. Leave the sweet kid alone. No, he's annoying me, and I kindly asked him to simmer down a little bit. Just asked him a little bit to just kind of cool it, you know. He's doing his own thing. Yeah. Well, seems as if we have a bit more people here. Let's go over what I believe is going to happen on Saturday. Not a lot of people are talking about Saturday for whatever reason, but I've been predicting it that there's going to be something that's going to happen on Saturday, so we might as well get over. What all is going to be happening? Surface-based gate, because why not? Calling a bust when the tornado percentage is below 10%. Cool, exactly. Listen, nothing is a bust. You can't say the word bust whenever something is 5% chance for tornadoes. It needs to be 10% or more. That's just my honest opinion. Here, go 18Z. So yeah, this right here is Saturday. It says 0Z, but believe me, this is Saturday. This is 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock on Saturday. yeah, just a lot of cape. If we take a look at the soundings, I'll show you all that it's mental. Take a look at this, all right? Photographs are okay. They were a lot better on the prior sounding, but I'm going to be completely honest. The NAM doesn't really know what's going on right now. It is towards the end of the model, so it's doing its own thing, but the GFS has been pretty consistent with how these things have been constantly churning out. A lot of cape, obviously. Surface-based capes, 5,500. I mean, just crazy in itself. 3 cape is almost 200, which is more than mental. So there's that too. Lapse rates, 7 to 8, maybe 8.5 in some spots. You could see some hail and upwards of 2, maybe even 3 inches in some spots on Sunday due to the lapse rates being that large. Shear, lower level shear is obviously not too good, but the upper level shear is good. So there's that. But as it continues to move on through this area down in southern Kansas, something that I am actually watching for quite some time. So it's definitely one of those things where I guess you'll find out. Yeah. All right, so now we're down here in southern Kansas. You can see how the shear is a bit stronger. Both surface to 1 kilometer and surface to 3 kilometer. The 3 cape, even though it's around 100, that's around what you're supposed to have for like thunderstorms and stuff like that. Lapse rates still 7 to 9 almost in some spots. Helicity 300. Anything above 200 is, sustainable for tornadoes. So 326 is kind of crazy. And then the photograph kind of shows the classic loopy characteristic. So there's that too. Let's see. I just got a sounding from AJ. I just got a sounding from AJ on Saturday, I believe. Yeah, this is Saturday. According to SARS, there has been 1 match. And this was from Peoria's radar or whatever. Or I don't know. I guess this is whatever sounding they had. It was a significant tornado event whenever this sounding occurred. This was on 2004. This was in July 13th, 2004, 18Z. So there's that. That's pretty interesting. Gavin, I'm not going to rap right now. But yeah, a lot of cape, a lot of shear, kind of, not really a lot of shear, but there's some of that. And then storm motion is okay. 18 knots is pretty okay. I'm going to be completely honest. And then obviously, photograph is quite nice. All right, take a look at that boy. Pretty nice. I'm going to be completely honest. So, and the parameters are there. But other than that, we still have a bit of time to figure out what all is going to happen on Saturday. But as I said, Saturday is going to be an event. Whether it's tornadic or severe, it's going to be an event. I'm not saying outbreak because I feel like a lot of people can overhype the term outbreak and be like, oh, this is going to be historic. Oh, it's going to be a major outbreak. It's going to be an outbreak, but it's not going to be like a big one. It's going to be a typical May outbreak. A typical May one. Not ones that are big, just like a normal one that you would typically see on, like a Monday or Tuesday. You just realize something, a sandwich is a sandwich. The more you know. Pretty sure you know about the eastern U.S. storm. Yeah. It's having a whale of a time over there. Saturday is Nate Judgment Day to the weather community to show them that Saturday was the day for tornado outbreak. Dude, no one is talking about it. I mean, there are some people that are talking about it, but they haven't looked into it. And I'm like, you idiots. Are you weather people or are you just mugging off of the SPC and then looking off for yourself? Like, what? What? You know what I mean? Anyways, new severe thunderstorm warning for Kent and Stonewall County in Texas. That'll be in effect until 8:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. The risk. Oh, good lord. Gavin Taylor, thank you for the subscription. I really do appreciate that. Oh boy, my heart just jumped. Scared the crap out of me. Oh boy. The risk over there for Kent and Stonewall will be 60 mile per hour wind gusts and 1.5 inch size tail. So there's that one. Let's see. As I take a look for more things. Nothing really too much. Yeah. There's nothing really too much, to be honest. So, Fort Worth, Texas. Not going to see a lot. Gavin Baker. Thank you for the subscription. I really do appreciate it. By the way, to all the people who have subscribed, liked, commented, shared, donated, all sorts of stuff to contribute to my channel, including joining my Discord server, I just want to tell you all, thank you. I really do appreciate it. I wouldn't be anywhere. And I wouldn't be as far as I am today without you guys. So I just really want to tell you all, I actually do appreciate it. And I intend on rewarding you guys relatively soon. So it'll be pretty interesting. Bunch of different stuff that we're going to be doing. But yeah, other than that, I mean, it's kind of doing its own thing. Welcome back, your dog. Welcome back. By the way, if you guys are new to the channel and you want to see more content like this, where I discuss live analysis and stuff like that, feel free to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I haven't really. I'm probably going to be selling out a lot more. You know, I feel like a lot of people forget. You know, and it's not anything against them. It's just, I'm selling out. It is what it is. Doing their own thing. So yeah. Ooh, the Cape though. There's actually some Cape that's in Montana right now. You could see some events moving up into Montana. That could be influencing some sort of severe weather event later. Little bro and sub need to sub again. Seems legit. To see your thing show up on the notifications, you know, on the screen up above, you need to make sure that your subscriptions are public, and then you can turn them private afterwards if you really want to. But let's see. Reports of nickel-sized hail from law enforcement in Lawrence County, South Dakota. So more nickel-sized hail. Not exactly quarters yet, but it's still a lot of nickel-sized hail. Seems as if the Cape along this boundary is still there. It's just that the crossovers aren't there. There really isn't just a lot to help this system continue to function. And to be completely honest. Where are the crossovers? I haven't used this a lot. I'll probably use this more as I continue to go on. I want to continue to show you guys more things to help you all understand the current parameters that are in place. Obviously, going to be researching a lot more. I'm going to be doing a lot more hurricane stuff. So whenever I do the live hurricane things, I'll be able to do live analysis for you all and have more things for you guys to stare at. Severe weather is obviously my forte. So, Gibbon, what's up? Hello. Yeah, it's kind of hard for all of us to do a bunch of stuff right now. There isn't really a lot to talk about. Not really a lot of tornadoes, stuff like that. Yeah, it's doing its own thing. But it is what it is, my brothers. It is what it is. You don't have to friend me on Steam, but I did though. So it is what it is. Let's see. Curiosity killed the cat. We got something new from Lubbock. So, new severe thunderstorm warning from Floyd and Hale counties in Texas, and that'll be in effect until 8:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Yeah. The risks were just for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and 1.25 inch sized hail. So, I am seeing in the chat that Andrew Cote donated $2 saying basketball size hail. Oh boy, sounds about right. I don't know. Ever since I had to factory reset my computer, it wouldn't update, you know. Donations, super chats won't filter through for whatever reason. I've got no clue why. Yes, police. Hold up. Let's do this. All right, ready, chat?
Police! 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 Help! Police! Help! Police! Help! Help! Police!
Andrew Cote with the $2 super chat. For whatever reason, my notifications wouldn't work, but we had to improvise for a little bit. I don't know why. I need to figure it out. I obviously need to figure it out. It's just doing its own thing, but, you know, we'll get there eventually. The alert box, we'll get there eventually. Or at least I hope it does. Yeah. But yeah, thank you. Check-in. What's up? Tropical systems have been spotted forming in Florida. Not really. I mean, they're there, but they're not. It's not really tropical systems per se. What's my name on Steam? Guess. Hockey Boy Innate. Sounds about right. Yeah, there's not really a lot of stuff that's forming around Florida. Anything that's past 200 hours on the GFS, as AJ has said prior, nothing really. You probably should take that with a grain of salt. So anything that forms like this, probably shouldn't pay attention to it. Stuff like that. We'll get the notifications back on for everyone. I had to factory reset my computer, so I was just doing my own thing. Check out 18Z GFS sounding app. 36.99 hour 30. Great Scott. I will definitely take a look at that. Let's see. So he said 36.99. I gotta figure out what 36.99 is to begin with. 36.06. This is 18Z GFS. Somewhere down here. Hour 30. Yeah, there's hour 30. 3606 9943. That's close enough. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's tomorrow, all right. That's probably the reason why they're going to increase it to a slight and have a 5% chance of tornadoes. But you want to see that's even wilder? Let's go to the NAM. All right. Let's go to the 12Z because it's just having a whale of a time. You guys want to see chaos? And if you want to see chaos, I want to see chaos. I'm just kidding. I don't want to see chaos. But you know what? Here we go. Let's just go ahead and throw the PDS tornado sounding on here. Because why not? This is the extent of the risk that I have been preaching. The 12Z run for the NAM literally told me that this thing was going to like blow up. And it was going to be crazy. Whenever you see PDS tour on here, that's when things hit the fan. You probably should pay attention. So that's Saturday for you. Let's go into just Kansas, you know, because that might be a little thing. Oh, tornado. Pretty nice. But if you go back a little bit, you can actually see that there's actually something that forms right around here. Hold on. Can I find... This is the only time I use significant tornado parameter because I don't think it's useful. But yeah, very nice. Give me a second. It was in Kansas. I don't know where it is anymore. It's there somewhere. Believe me, it's there. It's there. But take a look at this. This, anyways, in Lincoln, that is crazy, I gotta say, within itself. If I were to take a sounding, put that in CM1, do the simulation of the thunderstorms and the supercell, probably would be a big chunky boy, specifically because, you know, it's absolutely mental. How's southwestern Minnesota looking? Right now, southwestern Minnesota is completely fine, but they will probably see something on Saturday evening into Sunday morning. So that's one thing that I do want to inform you of. Is it this thing right here? Yep, there it is. Kansas, right there for you. Bit of contamination down towards the bottom, but who cares? Really, it's just the shear. And there's the shear right there. There's the PDS tornado. Apparently, other soundings similar to this has had significant events. So, yeah. Mental. If this was the same, literally, if I saw this on, with the NAM on Saturday, you know, like the next scan, you can pretty much guarantee that you're going to get an enhanced. And you might even be breaching the borders of a moderate risk. You might even be breaching the borders of a moderate risk if the 12Z run on the 20th of May holds up. So, if that continues, it will probably be pretty bad. I'm going to be completely honest. You know, I've been preaching this event for so long. No one's been listening. And now whenever the stuff comes around, people still don't listen. Been forecasting these. I love how people come into the chat and they're like, "Oh, you can't forecast long range." Buddy, you don't know crap. Almost said the S word, but we're family friendly here. We're not family friendly on the videos that I'm creating, though. Viewer discretion is advised on those things. Although it's going to be semi-professional. So it's going to be informational, but it's going to have comedy in it. So, update on the severe thunderstorm watch in Texas. Bailey and Palmer County have been canceled and excluded from the severe thunderstorm watch. So there's that. I haven't been reading a bunch of stuff here, but there's been some reports of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts from Lawrence County, South Dakota, as well as nickel-sized hail there. New severe thunderstorm warning for Custer and Rosebud counties in Montana, and that'll be in effect until 7:30 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So, it's doing its own thing. That will mainly just be for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and inch-sized hail, I will say that. Deaf Smith and Oldham counties in Texas, the severe thunderstorm watch for you guys is either expired and or amended. So it's one of those things where you guys need to go ahead and probably just take your precautions. Still, even though you're out of the watch. Although you guys are kind of just, you know, getting out of it all. So doing your own thing. New severe thunderstorm warning for Prairie, Montana. That's gonna be in effect until 7:45 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. Mainly for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and 1.25 inch sized hail. And then there's been a new meso discussion that has been... No, that's not a new meso discussion. Yeah, that's pretty much it for now. Hazardous weather outlook has been updated. Let's see. Then tomorrow, Direct Weather has a video that says tornado outbreak possible. That sounds about right. I'm going to be completely honest. What's up? Any tornadoes? Nope, Chuck, not really. Atlanta will probably not get hit on Saturday. It's all Central Plains. Christian, there's a possible severe weather event that's going to be happening on Saturday. And if it's actually as bad as the NAM 12Z run says, it probably could go at minimum enhanced to moderate. I'm saying enhanced for now just to be safe, but wouldn't be surprised. If it does go moderate, it's probably going to be for hail due to the high lapse rates. I'm going to be completely honest. When's the ETA on the recorded video? Probably 2 weeks at minimum. 2 weeks at minimum. What's happening? Okay, bunch of cape, bunch of shear. Mix that together, you get PDS tornado sounding. That's basically it. I'm going to be completely honest. High lapse rates. Decent shear. High dew points. Mix that together. Chaos. Especially with the photographs looking nice and the cape being as it is. 3 cape over 200. That's mental in itself. So, it's just doing its own thing. Just saw that there's going to be a tsunami in the Gulf of Mexico. Don't know how true it is though. Saw it on National Geographic. Seems legit. It's always windy where you live. That's mainly because there's a lot of troughs that go by. If I remember correctly, you asked for southwestern Minnesota, so it's always windy. You got a lot of troughs that push through there. Do you think we could have violent EF4, EF3 tornadoes? You possibly could. Can't rule that out. But the thing about it is that because you can't really tell what the strength of a tornado is until after the entire event is over. It's very hard to tell. Very hard to tell for sure. But you could see those if it sustains. If it sustains. Still gotta continue though. So yeah, sounds about right. Let's see. Train spotter reported golf ball sized hail with cracked vehicle windshields and damaged car mirror in Custer County, Montana. So it seems as if that storm up there is still doing its own thing. Sounds about right. Oh my goodness. Okay, Storm Prediction Center, day 1 outlook, slight risk. So, Enhance has been torn off. It is now a slight risk. Convective outlook. So, you heard it here first, folks. We'll get that visual up for you guys, but it is a slight risk according to IEMBot. So, there's that. Straight, would never seen that from National Weather. Seems legit. Will it get bad near Dallas? Nope, not really. I know, just asking the atmosphere could contain, yeah. Actually, give me a second, guys. I gotta do something real quick. Alright, there we go. Fix that thing. Fixed it! Been getting some new reports and stuff right there. Cool. Yeah, so slight seems to have been the thing there. Yep. Yep. SPC high confirmed. Seems legit. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Oh boy. Okay. Weston County in Wyoming, that severe thunderstorm watch has now been canceled. We hear a kid screaming. Yeah, would you like to guess what kid that is and or whom it is? If you guessed my little brother, you're correct. New severe thunderstorm warning for Briscoe and Swisher County in Texas. That'll be in effect until 9 p.m. Central Daylight Time. The risk will mainly contain 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and 1.5-inch sized hail. Back again, chatting with old classmate. Seems legit. Stay off the weed. Stephen A. Smith. Legend right there. Creedence Clearwater Revival was playing on Groovy at the moment. Seems legit. Seahawks are the best NFL team in the world. From a fan perspective, yes. It's pretty cool. They're pretty good. But it just so happens that I cheer for the Baltimore Ravens and have been cheering on for the Baltimore Ravens for practically my entire life. So I beg to differ. Baltimore! Let's see. New severe thunderstorm warning for Glasscock and Upton counties in Texas. That'll be in effect. Actually, no. Not anymore. They've been canceled. Reagan County is now the only one that survives until 8:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. They still get some. They still get 1.5-inch sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, though. We'll say that. Stephen A. is the funniest guy on the show. Yeah, that's the reason why First Take is the only reason why it's there, because he's there. He'll be completely honest. Nobody cares about what anyone else has to say. Only Stephen A. Smith. On the 23rd, will it get bad near Dallas or Wichita Falls? You have family living there. Just want to know. Not particularly. Not particularly. Lamar Jackson, yeah. But I don't really believe in Lamar Jackson. He needs to make a progression. Mark Ingram said that he was going to make a progression from year 2 to year 3 like Patrick Mahomes did. If he's going to do that, he needs to be a lot more accurate, okay? He's pretty good. He's the most electrifying player to hit the field in quite some time. But he needs to be accurate while throwing the football. So I gotta say that. At least one of... Okay, you got me there. But at the same time, you know, it is what it is. I believe in Lamar Jackson as long as he continues to make progressions. That is the way to go. It seems as if the stream is dying in quite some bit, so, you know, doing our own thing. It is what it is. Severe thunderstorm warning. Actually, no, not anymore. Not anymore. That's dead. Yep, severe thunderstorm warning has been canceled for Custer County. So Custer, which has been hit with a 2-inch sized hail, is now in the clear. So good for them. Good for them. Seems because the stream is kind of dying, we might as well go ahead and attempt to end it. We always get sidetracked towards the end. So let's go through the. Let's go through our final words or whatever. What are we gonna call the end of the stream? Final thoughts. Boom. Final thoughts. That's what we're saying for the end of the stream. That's what we're gonna call it now. Where I'm probably gonna have a backdrop that says final thoughts. You know, something that just slaps on the screen. We're gonna get something there eventually. It'll be pretty cool. I think you guys will like it. I've got so many ideas. But final thoughts for the stream. No, we're not going to dance today. I've got stuff that I need to do. But as you can see, there's not a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings now. Tomorrow will probably be upped to a slight risk. There will probably be... let's see, what is it right now? Right now it's a... oh, it's already a slight risk. Lit. It'll probably up to 5% chance for tornadoes. So 5% chance of tornadoes within the slight risk. Whether or not I will stream, guess we'll find out. But other than that, that stuff will happen. The marginal risk for Friday will be upped to probably a slight, maybe even an enhanced. But there's a lot of crap vection around on Friday. I wouldn't be surprised. At minimum, though, I think you're going to get a slight. Although I won't really be surprised if it goes marginal. I really won't, but I feel like there could be some sort of slight risk in southeastern parts of Oklahoma, as well as the Tulsa area. The Tulsa area could probably get some stuff. Saturday is probably going to be the worst day out of all the days for the severe weather weekend. This multi-day severe weather event. It is from today all the way up until Monday. So I believe that Saturday is going to be the worst. I've been saying that Saturday is going to be the worst ever since the mid part of last week. So there's that. By the way, as I look at some other stuff, there is a new... Oh, no, I've already said that. So it's just updates. That one. More reports of nickel-sized hail, so we don't need that. Yeah, Saturday's going to be the worst, in my opinion. There could be something on Saturday, actually Saturday morning, that could be impacting Dallas, but not really too much. You might just see some rain that appears, but then nothing much after that. So stuff will definitely be primed for you all. You guys might actually get a couple naders maybe, but you know, because the photograph kind of looks nice, but it is kind of like small, and the shear isn't really all too big. So Kansas, Nebraska, definitely the areas to watch for Saturday. Maybe even parts of South Dakota, but other than that, that's really about right. And then Sunday, big line of storms that kind of just form and push on through. I actually want to see the surface-based CAPE for the GFS on Sunday. A lot of CAPE on Sunday, I gotta say. A lot of CAPE. There might be something on Sunday, too. Sunday is pretty interesting. If I were to take a sounding here, tornadic sounding on here as well. The shear is about as a little bit worse than Saturday, but you know what? You can't really complain all too much. Sunday will be a close second to intensity when it comes to severe weather to Saturday. And then Monday will kind of be an okay day, specifically for Texas. You know, it'll really be, it is what it is for that. So yeah, we'll take a look at Monday. There it is. Monday will kind of be a bit sporadic day, but nothing really too big, in my opinion. So, yeah, that's really it. Yeah. I allowed you guys to kind of ask questions along the way. So for all the people who are new to my channel and like the content that I provide, feel free to go ahead and leave a subscription to me. I'd really appreciate it. And if you want to catch my streams while they're happening live and stuff like that, or if you want to catch some of my recorded videos that I rarely do, but I'm going to be working on one, currently got a script going up, feel free to hit that bell too. Bell button always helps with YouTube's algorithm. If you come out to the stream early enough, it tells YouTube that a lot of people are coming out, and then more people should. So there's that much. If you haven't already, please like the video. Helps me with YouTube's algorithm as well. Allows YouTube to see that people actually enjoy my content. And once again, more people should come out. Sharing the video is also nice, especially with the people who are impacted by these storms. They might either like to see what happened today or what is going to be happening in the future. I did talk about Saturday in the beginning of the stream, so the people could possibly, you know, look at that if they're willing to have patience, stuff like that. Yep. Or you could just take them to my final thoughts towards the end of the stream. That'd be fine. Yeah, if you have any questions or have comments, you can either A, leave them in the comments down below, B, during one of my live streams, tell me in the live stream and I'll be able to answer it live for you all, or C, in the description down below is a link to my Discord server. If you would like to join that, we've got plenty of people who know their stuff in meteorology and would love to engage with you all. Feel free to join it. Pretty nice community that we have here. So yeah, other than that, guys, that's going to be really it for me. My name is Nate, and I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. So, yeah. Actually, let's do an exclamation point woof. There we go. Boom. Exclamation point woof. We got that. I'll see you guys next time.